Don't you draw the queen of diamonds, boy. She'll beat you if she's able. You know the queen of hearts is always your best bet. Now it seems to me some fine things have been laid upon your table, but you only want the ones that you can't get.
So like last week, you're like, why can we never get done early when it's home game?
Your pain and your hunger, they're driving you home.
You know, I think this is what, like, politics aside, I think this is what Trump was saying. Make America great again. Like, you know, it's the idea that people have personal responsibility and we're talking about. That's what it is.
Don't your feet get cold in the wintertime? The sky won't snow and the sun won't shine. It's hard to tell the nighttime from the day.
When I was talking to Redhead,
Losing all your highs and lows. Ain't it funny how the feeling goes?
they work really hard. They bust their butt. Unlike any other sport. If I some runs cross country, runs 5 miles a day in practice. But I mean, you're not.
Why don't
It's
you
you know.
come to your
So it's
senses?
just challenging. I see
Down
why
from
you
your fences,
plus there's dangerous stuff.
open the gate. It may be raining, but there's a rainbow above you. You better let somebody love you. Somebody love you. Better let somebody love you. Or it's too
Well,
Consolidated stuff. You know, and I said, I put this out there, and I know it's my age showing, and I know it's going to cast disparagement on a local institution of higher education. When you're giving scholarships for esports, that a kid would rather sit inside and push buttons and play Madden than go outside and get hit, there's a problem with this.
right. Yeah, I mean, I'm the athletic director at St. Pat's down the road here, and we don't have a football team because the public school has a little, but schools in Toledo have the football teams. You know, like St. John's Academy has a 7th and 8th grade, and they talked last year about going to 8-man, and they were all set to do it, and then they got so much pushback that they said at our meeting at the beginning of the year that it's gonna happen.
It's going to happen.
So it's just going to be a point of when it's going to happen.
You know, I give scores every week from a school in South Dakota, the #1 ranked school in South Dakota, nine-man A football, which is their 11-man and their 9-man are both A and B, depending on school size. Britain is the defending 9A state champion. They were runners-up 2 years ago. They're undefeated this year. You know, they are, you know, 9-man's fun. You can bring tackles. That's
playlist of music for the volleyball game warm-ups, and the kids never hear about it because I play Christian music. But it's all awesome. It's Lecrae and Toby Mac, and they're like, "What's this?" I'm like, "You're gonna hear a lot of it all season." I had my son sitting there now. My son listens to everything, like everything. And I had him with me picking out songs. He's like, "Well, let me pull a couple off my playlist." So he'd call it up, and then he'd look at the lyrics, and he'd go, "No." No.
When I was doing Defiance Ball, before I came to LGZ, Jerry had the seniors put together the pregame playlist, and they were listening to it. They let them do it for senior night, and he said, "These are the rules." Well, they were listening to it, the coaching staff, the night before senior night. 3 songs had F-bombs in it. So these kids, Jerry doesn't say a word, not a word. And these kids show up for senior night ready to be introduced. And he goes, "And you're not playing till the 3rd quarter. None of you."
Wow.
You had a rule,
Yep.
and I gave you the rule, and you broke the rule.
Did he expect they weren't going to listen to it? I mean,
Jerry's just like, "Coach, it's senior night." "Yep." And the juniors are starting.
hey, Eric. Oh, yeah, I know Jerry. I used to do Defiance girls basketball on ONW. So I got to know him pretty well. That was one of the hardest radio jobs I've ever done, is ONW. Like, you could never hear it. Like, I mean, it was like,
You're on the Marty, and you've got nothing in your ear.
yeah, you can't hear a thing because you can't pick it up. It's after dark.
I used to tell them back to like turn the power. Because I don't care. I cannot hear you at Fred J. Brown Stadium.
We got a problem.
We got a problem. Turn it up.
I think I'm going to Kathmandu. That's really, really where I'm going to. If I ever get out of here, that's where I'm gonna do. Kathmandu. I think it's really where I'm going to. If I ever get out of here, I'm going to Kathmandu. I got no kick against the West Coast. Warner Brothers are such good hosts. I raise my whiskey glass and give them a toast. I'm sure they know it's true. I got no rap against the southern states. Every time I've been there, it's been great. But now I'm leaving and I can't be late. And to myself be true. I'm going to Kathmandu. Up to the mountains where I'm going to. Hey, if I ever get out of here, that's what I'm gonna do.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's edition of Bryan High School football on the Golden Bears Sports Network. I'm Thad Gall. And tonight, a big game for the Bryan Golden Bears. They're taking on, but of course, around here they refer to them as the team to the east. So obviously, a huge rivalry, and unfortunately, it's one that Bryan has not won in the last 4 years.
Yeah, Wauseon has really struggled this year too. That they're only 1-3 on the season. They're one win coming over an 0-4 Tenora team, and they were picked by the coaches to be second league this year. And so it's kind of an interesting turn of events for the Wauseon team, and they're not really used to this kind of record over there in Wauseon.
They started off this season with a close game against Fairview, fell behind early, came back to take the lead, but ended up losing 34-30. Of course, Fairview is a team that's capable of putting up a lot of points, and Bryan, they fared much differently against Fairview, but you wonder perhaps if this Wauseon team could be a little bit better than their 1-3 record suggests. I think head coach Grant Redhead certainly thinks so.
Yeah, they were 8-3 last year, 5-2 in the league. They had a lot of experience that came back, but they did lose their starting quarterback, Hunter Yackey, who had 1,122 yards and 11 passing touchdowns last season. They lost Everett Buter, their running back, who had 779 yards and 16 rushing touchdowns, and a receiver, Owen Newlove, who had 36 catches for 661 yards. But they do return 15 letter winners, including 11 seniors, including 6 starters back on offense and 7 on defense. So they do have a core nucleus returning, even though they lost some of those skill players.
A couple of things to point out. Drew Peters did not play in last week's game. I think he was dealing with a bit of a shoulder issue. He may or may not play tonight. We'll have to see how that turns out. They'll end up playing that by ear. Good news is Drew Peters was on the field. The bad news is he did not seem to be participating in any of the drills. He is suited up, but it remains to be seen if he'll be able to go.
And last week we had other people step up for Drew, so it was a great situation. And hopefully all those players can step up and make it really happen tonight as well if Drew can't go.
Probably the biggest story surrounding Wauseon, at least right now, is head coach Travis Cooper is suspended for the next 2 games, including, of course, this one. And it's kind of an I don't know about interesting situation, but maybe an odd situation, you might say, over there in Wauseon.
Yeah, you just kind of hear, the official response from the school was it was due to inappropriate language to a player. We can't ever speculate about what it was, but, I know Coop's a good guy. He coached here for a few years, and he's a good guy, and I know it's killing him to not be on that sideline tonight.
I believe he took Bryan to state when he was head coach over here.
Yep, he did.
Well, we'll have the extra point coming up in just a matter of moments. In the meantime, we will take a quick break. This is high school football on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, and Breininger is a great group of experts with a common goal: to serve the legal needs of this area with the greatest degree of integrity and excellence. Along with that, they respect and support the athletes in tonight's game for their determination and teamwork. An attorney's relationship with their client is like the one between a coach and their player, a position of trust. Newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, and Breininger are proud supporters of all the athletes and wish them continued success always.
Attention West Unity home buyers. Misty King of Amerimaid Realty just listed the incredible Tudor-style home located at 302 East Jackson Street. This gorgeous home offers 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths, a double lot with a huge fenced-in yard, a basement garage with an incredible workshop area, composite decking, tons of updates, and more. If you want more details, call Misty today at 419-633-4997 or go to AmeramaidHomes.com. That's Misty King of Amerimaid Realty, your hometown real estate pro.
At American Family Insurance, we believe that with the right support, any dream is possible. For auto, home, business, or life, contact us today.
Contact Danielle Vanetta, agent at 419-636-0408, or stop by 1318 East High Street, Suite A in Bryan today.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI. American Family Insurance Company. American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Starks Plumbing and Heating Services presents another way to make you feel better. An annual checkup for your heating and cooling system. They'll do a thorough exam and make sure your system is running safely and efficiently, because a checkup today keeps the breakdown away. Starks Plumbing and Heating Services is also offering 0% financing for up to 72 months on select Lennox equipment. To learn more about a new system or to schedule your checkup, call Starks Plumbing and Heating Services at 800-329-4040 today or go to starksph.com.
The Bryan Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
An insurance policy is essentially a promise to pay for covered losses that occur to your assets. At Andrews O'Neill & Lowe, we take this promise seriously, from the minute you accept a policy to the moment the loss occurs and beyond. That's why we place your auto, home, or business insurance with an experienced carrier like the Central Mutual Insurance Company. Our expertise, matched with Central's quality products and service, provide you protection, security, and peace of mind. Andrews O'Neill & Lowe is your local Central agent. Call us today at 419-636-5050.
Welcome to the Extra Point here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. I'm Thad Goff alongside head coach Grant Redhead. And Coach, thanks for joining me today.
Oh, no problem.
Well, Coach, that was a big win for you guys against Swanton. Obviously, you started league play off on the right foot. What did you think of your team's effort during that game?
Well, we started fast, and that's one thing that we've been talking about and we've been working on, and we're getting better at it each game. Starting out 1-0 in the league is huge.
And of course, one thing that stood out was the man coverage that Swanton played. They seem to play that on a consistent basis, and you were able to take advantage of that, including the touchdown passes that Nate Miller had. How good of a job did you think you did attacking their defense?
Well, our receivers did a much better job than we did early on in the season on running precise routes, getting out of their breaks fast, catching the ball. It's what they tried to do it to take away our pass game and make us one-dimensional, and it didn't work.
And Drew Peters was not available for that game, but some other guys did step up in his place. Bryson Andrews, Connor Arthur had a big touchdown catch. Dom James had a good day running the football. What did you think of the way your guys stepped up?
Well, that's what a good team is able to do. It's not one-dimensional and all developed around one person, and we have to do that. We do it in practice. We rep several guys just to make sure if something happens, if somebody's tired, somebody needs a break, or somebody gets hurt, we can adjust what we do and still be productive.
And what's Drew's status for this week? Is he good to go, or is that a little up in the air?
Yeah, it's a little up in the air. We're not going to rush it. It's just a sprained shoulder, if you want to call it a sprain. The swelling's out and things. He's still a little tender, but the worst thing we could do is keep him out 2 weeks and then rush him back, and then he gets out another 2, rather than just waiting a little bit longer. So we're going to see.
Got a pretty big league game coming up this week. It's against the team to the east, if you will. I think that's been used around here a number of times to describe them. How big is that game coming up?
No, it's huge. I don't like using that W word, so that's why I call them the team to the east, and it's a bad word to me, because they beat us 4 in a row, and I don't like that, and I want to change that. And it's going to be a game. I'll tell you that. Even though their record's 1-3, they're a good football team.
And of course, the style of offense that they use, it might not be the exact same that you saw against Swanton, but there seemed like there may have been a few similarities. What do you expect from their offense?
Well, they're going to try and establish the running game right away. That's the strength of their team. They're adequate at the pass game, but the run is their strength. So we gotta stuff it. Especially their outside toss. We got to keep them from getting outside and getting loose.
And as far as your offense, what do you think? You think you got a good chance of being able to attack their defense with whether it be the passing game, the running game? And you think you got a good chance of attacking their defense?
Yeah, it's secondary is very average, almost like Swanton's. Just not great, not bad. Average is okay, but if we run our routes and do things, we can be very productive in the pass game. Run game, we got to make sure we get that going.
We mentioned Drew Peters a few minutes ago. How's the rest of the team doing health-wise?
Oh, we're healthy. He's the only casualty of now, and I think, we could get him back. It's just going to be one of those decisions to, do we want to err on the side of caution or not? It's up to the doctors, not us.
Well, I hope that everyone continues to remain healthy, and best of luck to Drew as well.
Yeah.
And thank you for joining us, Coach.
No problem.
That's been the Extra Point Show here on the Golden Bears Sports Network. The game is coming up in just a matter of moments.
One thing that hasn't changed here at Bryan Ford Lincoln is our commitment to service. It's in everything we do. It's in our mission statement. Our goal is simple: customers for life. Kick back in our newly renovated service lounge or business center. We pick up and deliver throughout the local area at no charge. So the next time you need service on your Ford or competitive make vehicle, come out and see us at Bryan Ford Lincoln and see why we've earned Ford Motor Company's President's Award 7 times running.
The hands-on training and education at Northwest State opens doors for good paying career opportunities with great local manufacturers. That helps me, my family, and my community.
For over 40 years, Bryan, Ohio has been home to the only import vehicle repair specialist in Northwest Ohio, Suburban Auto. Whether it's an Asian or European vehicle, Suburban has the knowledge and experience to keep your import or domestic car running strong. Do you have a hybrid vehicle that's acting up? Suburban is your one-stop hybrid repair shop. Don't be fooled by the one-size-fits-all repair shops. There is no substitute for experience. Come see the import repair pros, Suburban Auto.
As the baby boomer generation tires of traditional send-offs, funerals are becoming increasingly more personalized. People are pre-planning their own remembrance gathering. Pre-planning is easy and will pay off both emotionally and financially for you and your family. Plus allows you more control over your last hurrah. At Krill Funeral Service, we're not just funeral directors. We are experts at helping hearts heal.
Back, everyone, to this edition of high school football on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Right now, for a moment, the playing of God Bless America by the Bryan High School Band. They're just about done, and Bryan taking on Wauseon tonight, a chance to go to 4-1 on the season.
Yes, they are. They definitely want to keep the momentum going after the loss at Van Wert. They reeled off 3 straight wins. Got to keep that going. And you are in the Bryan Ford Lincoln pregame show. And thanks for joining us here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
And of course, the game next week is also a big one. That's on the road against an undefeated Arch Bowl team. Right now, the focus being on Wauseon. But if you win tonight, you can go into that Arch Bowl game with a good bit of momentum.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Arch Bowl's going to be a tough test. They weren't. I'm going to look up here where they were picked in the league. They were picked not so high in the league. They were picked actually 5th in the league. But you know, they're definitely a good team, and Coach Dominic's got them going pretty well. So it'll be an interesting test, but you got to get by Wauseon first. I was talking with some of the other members of the media before the game, and this is got all the markings of a classic trap game. You know, the coach isn't here, they're struggling, it's a rival, and you just can't look past them.
Last couple of games, Wauseon has not scored any more than 1 touchdown in either of those games. Not surprisingly, they lost in blowout fashion, and their passing numbers are not eye-popping, even in the games that they were able to put up points. I think 137 yards is the highest that Connor Penrod has put up this season. But the last couple of weeks, it's been a real struggle in the passing game, only throwing in the 50s.
Yeah, and you know, Connor Penrod's a sophomore. He's just first year starting. You know, it's game number 5, so we'll see if he gets a little more comfortable as we go. But yeah, I mean, it's challenging because you lose a guy that was one of your best quarterbacks ever in Hunter Yackey. I mean, he was stellar the years he played at Wauseon, and he gave everybody fits.
Now, 2 weeks ago, it was the Bryan pass rush that made a huge impact with Matt Harold, I believe, breaking the school record in sacks. He had 7 in that game alone. But last week, Harold did get a sack, but it wasn't a game where the pass rush was going to make so much of an impact because Swanton ran the wing tee. Wauseon, they run a very similar style of offense. They might pass a little bit more, but they're primarily looking to run the ball.
Yeah, and you know, if Bryan can keep that run defense going like they did last week, it's going to be a good night for the Golden Bears. And then on the other side of the ball, you know, the running game has really come on for Bryan in the past. You got Nate Miller with the throwing, but he's also doing with his legs as well.
And Dom James has really picked up the slack in the running game, and we knew he could run the football, but Drew Peters had been getting so many carries before he had the shoulder issue. We'll see if he gets back in tonight, but even if he doesn't, James has been a good boost for him in the running game.
He really has, and he's actually really good down close to the goal line as well. He's one of those backs you can just hand off and pound it into the end zone.
Did that a couple of times, had a couple of scores in goal-to-go situations. And also, it's worth mentioning that tonight's game, I do believe, is a pink-out game.
Yes,
an effort to benefit efforts to to fight breast cancer.
Yes, it is. They do that all over for all the different sports. That has a pink out night. Tonight is football, so you'll see the cheerleaders with the pink pom-poms, and the football team will have some pink towels and things. And then it's student section, of course, they're heading out to the field right now, and they're completely head to toe in pink for the student section. So, it's going to be a good night and just awareness of what we need to, what we're doing tonight, and that's for breast cancer.
Yeah, pink outs are common all across not just the state of Ohio, but I believe the entire country.
Yep,
in fact, I used to work in Minnesota, and they had tackle cancer games that they were a part of. I think that's not just limited to Minnesota.
Right. It's a nationwide effort, and it's good. I like to see it. And Sherwin, the Bear mascot, and I are wearing the exact same T-shirt tonight, so I feel solidarity with the Golden Bear.
Was that intentional, or
I don't think
just...
so. He didn't text me what he was wearing, so I don't know.
Well, anyway, Bryan going to be taking on Wauseon here in a matter of moments. So when we come back, we'll have your starting lineups here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
They say there is strength in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bear student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, are raising a BHS athlete, or just love supporting our Bryan High School athlete, this is your chance to be part of the BHS sporting community. Talk to any board member today on how easy it is to join, or contact us at 419-636-4536.
Tonight's broadcast of Golden Bear Sports is proudly streamed by BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet. BMU is your hometown local provider for digital HD cable and high-speed internet. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net. Go Bears from all of us at BMU.
It's been said a million times, there's nothing in the world more important than family. We understand that at Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Our entire staff is like family to us. They are some of the most caring, thoughtful, and dedicated people in our industry. In fact, our newest members are part of my family. When the time comes for your family to say goodbye, remember our family, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, in Bryan, Sherwood, West Unity, and Hamilton.
BMU high-speed internet is now cheaper than ever. Now just $30 a month. That's $100 a year in savings. Get it with BMU Extended Basic Cable for all your sports, movies, and reality shows. Plus local programming, including high school sports and community events. Not to mention a local help desk and support team for when you need them. Now for the fine print. We don't have any. No contracts or hidden fees. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net.
Last year, over 390 people in Ohio were killed because someone chose to get behind the wheel impaired. This is Lieutenant Bob Ashenfelder of the Ohio State Highway Patrol's Defiance Post. As part of the patrol's ongoing effort to contribute to a safer Ohio, troopers will continue an increased focus on impaired driving arrests in 2018. But we can't fight this battle on our own. We need your commitment to plan ahead by designating a sober driver or call for a ride. If you drink, don't drive.
You don't always see them, and they don't always see you. That's the time to call Jason Dietz Collisions and Customs in Edgerton. Many of today's vehicles feature very durable and lightweight aluminum construction, and we are proud to be one of the few shops in the area with the proper tools and certified technicians to bring that aluminum beauty back to life. Jason Dietz Collisions and Customs on State Route 6 on the east side of Edgerton.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
Welcome back, everybody, to Bryan High School in this edition of high school football on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Bryan taking on Wauseon, and looks like Bryan is getting ready to run onto the field in just a matter of moments. I got some members of the band walking out, but in the meantime, we'll give you the starting lineups, and your starting lineups, by the way, are presented by American Family Insurance agent Danielle Van Atta. Here's the starting lineups, first of all, for Wauseon, as now the Golden Bears make their way onto the field. I believe that's Matt Harold and Dom James leading the way. They'll run through the banner. I beg your pardon, I believe that's actually Keegan Brown.
Yeah, Keegan Brown, and Matt Harold, you got it.
Well, here are your starting lineups. We'll get things started out on the offensive side for the visiting Wauseon Indians. Connor Penrod gets the start at quarterback, along with Noah Tester, Garrett Smith, Xavier Torres, a running back, Sean Brock, Joey Shima, he's also a running back. Garrett Demoline, Sam Frank, Trent Sauber, Miguel Gomez, and Trevor Rodriguez round out the starters on offense. On the defensive side, Tyson Brish getting the start tonight. Connor Penrod not only plays quarterback, he plays defensive back. Jonas Tester, a freshman, will get the start at defensive back. Garrett Smith will get the start at defensive back as well, along with Xavier Torres getting the start at linebacker. He's a senior. Fellow senior Joey Shima will also start at linebacker, as will Isaac Wilson, a sophomore. The rest of the defense looks like this. Jalden Falk getting the start at defensive line. Matt Gonzalez also starting at defensive line, along with Miguel Gomez and Trevor Rodriguez. And now we will have the national anthem here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
It will be lowered to half staff in honor of National POW MIA Day. We live in a country with freedoms like no other. We ask you to remove your hat.
Please stand and join the Bryan Marching Band, the athletes and coaches, as we honor our great country with the singing and the playing of our national anthem.
Bryan High School football on the Golden Bears Sports Network. BryanSports.com, BMU Channel 3, and WKC's Bryan.
And the rest of the starting lineups, we gave you the starting lineups for the Wauseon Indians. Here are the starting lineups for the Golden Bears. Titus Rower getting the start at tight end. Payne Frank, the left tackle. Keegan Brown, the left guard. Carter Hoffman, the center. Tom Snyder, the right guard. At right tackle is number 58, McCandless. The wide receiver is Bryson Andrews, Austin Dean. I'll have to wait to see if it's Peters or Fire Ovid who gets the start at wide receiver. My guess is Fire Ovid. Peters is suited up, but did not seem to be participating in drills. Dom James will get the start at running back, with Nate Miller getting the start at quarterback. On the defensive side, Titus Rower is defensive end, along with Matt Harold on the other side. Keegan Brown and Carter Hoffman are the tackles. Bryson Andrews, Alex Potvin, and Dom James are the linebackers. And in the secondary, it's Connor Arthur and Adam Queen at cornerback. Logan Clemens and Nate Miller are the safeties.
I want to thank all of you, everybody bringing you the game here on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Newcomer, Schaefer, Spengler, and Brininger. AmeriMade Realty, American Family Insurance, Starks Heating and Cooling, Bryan Parks and Rec, Andrews O'Neill and Lowe, Bryan Ford Lincoln, Northwest State Community College, Suburban Auto, Krill Funeral Home and Crematory, the Bryan Athletic Boosters, BMU Cable and High Speed Internet, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home, Jason Deach Collision and Repair, and Veterans Services of Williams County. Looks like Wauseon's going to get the ball first. Dad?
They're going to get the ball first. It's going to be Chandler Jackson kicking off for the Golden Bears. And Chandler Jackson had a soccer game just yesterday where he scored a goal, a 4-0 victory for the Golden Bears.
Yeah.
course, he's one of several players that plays both soccer and football. I believe that was just made possible.
The second year.
Second
year.
Yep. Yeah. And both Nathan Neese, the head soccer coach, and Grant Redhead, the football coach, were integral in getting that started. So Jackson will kick it off. Looks like number 12, Noah Tester, is one of the many back deep to return, along with number 1, Tyson Britch, and number 8, Zach Carroll.
We actually still have 1 minute and 25 seconds on the clock, so I don't know if they're going to start this one early or just kind of hang out on the field. Everybody's kind of standing there waiting.
Well, right now the officials are still hanging out. The ball is not on the tee yet. Bryan trying to improve to 4-1. Wauseon looking for its second victory of the season. Had a couple of close games one close game early on in the season. That was a 34-30 loss at the hands of Fairview.
And I'm actually surprised by that one. I really thought Wauseon would be able to defeat Fairview.
Well, Fairview, they've shown some ability to beat some teams down the field. They played the air raid offense, which is extremely difficult to defend. And if you want to know how difficult it is, probably the best way to do that is just watch them play and see if you can cover all 4 or 5 wide receivers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Bryan was able to play good defense against Fairview. They were able to get after the quarterback. They didn't shut them down, but they did keep them from putting the game away.
Absolutely, and then when you get down, you're going to have to, absolutely try to come back, and, they did a really good job doing that. Other games we're checking tonight: Liberty Center, Delta, Swanton, Evergreen, Archbold, PH. Those are the league games, and we got all your games and scores from around the area we'll have for you. But that's the ones we want to watch because that's the league games.
Of course, I'm sure Brandon Fisher will be paying attention to that Eden Montpelier
yeah,
game.
Absolutely.
Last week he had a basketball clinic, I believe, in Columbus. And this week I think he just either gets the week off or is just out of town. I don't know what he's doing this week.
I don't know, but he's not here, so.
Well, anyway, we are ready. The ball is on the tee, and Chandler Jackson set to kick it away. And the ball falls off the tee. There's some wind blowing around, and we got some trash blowing onto the field right now. That's not a result of anything the fans are doing. That's the wind.
Yeah, that's the wind.
There have been games where fans have thrown trash onto, there's a game at University of West Virginia where fans threw trash onto the basketball court, and Bob Huggins put a stop to it. This ball is kicked off, and it will be bobbled but picked up. That is number 1, Tyson Britch, and Britch gets out across the 25-yard line, and that's about it. A decent field position to start things out for the Wauseon Indians. And you mentioned, Chris, Connor Penrod being a sophomore, someone who's kind of getting his feet wet in this style of offense, but has had some decent games early in the season, but not so much last couple of weeks.
Yeah, he's really struggled, and it's hard when you can only put up 1 point or 1 touchdown per game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I believe he had 2 touchdown passes in the win against Tenora. This is a Wauseon offense where a lot of people can touch the ball, and a short throw incomplete to the far side of the field, trying to get that one to Garrett Smith. Looked like he would have had enough for the first down had he caught it just a little wide of him. Nate Miller was covering defensively. They'll put 3 wide receivers on the field. Right now, just 1 back in the backfield. Option play and a toss to Torres. And Torres unable to get to the outside. He's brought down behind the line. And there's Matt Harold in on the tackle for loss.
Yeah, it was a nice job there to chase him down. The pitch went to Torres. He tried to get that corner, but the show of a great defensive man is to not allow that corner to be gotten.
And I believe Harold was starting on the right side of the defensive line, worked his way all the way across the field to make that tackle.
And he actually lost a bunch of yards on that one.
It was a loss of 4, so 3rd and 14. They'll motion Torres to the near side. Penrod with time. Downfield, intercepted. Bryson Andrews picks it off. And down right at the 45-yard line, an immediate takeaway by the Golden Bears.
Yeah, nice job there by him to get in there, by Bryson Andrews.
Ball did look like it was underthrown, and Andrews right in the right place. Now it'll be the first possession for the Golden Bears. They'll split 3 wide receivers out to the far side of the field. Dom James is the lone back. Miller, quick screen. Austin Dean had a defender in the backfield, but he's able to turn it into not only a positive gain, he might have enough for the first. Looks like they're going to mark him about a yard short. Connor Penrod in on the tackle for the Indians. 3 plays and a turnover on Wauseon's first possession.
And that's kind of been the Golden Bears' MO this year, hasn't it?
It sure has. I believe it was on the first possession against Woodward they forced a turnover and turned that into points.
A couple of times against Swanton as well.
James again the lone setback, and this time Miller keeping all the way, but that is well defensed by the Indians. He's down for a loss of 2.
Yeah, Miller just was able to head right into the middle of the defense, and they had 2 Wauseon Indians, 35 that tackled was the big one that led the tackle.
That's Joey Shima with the tackle. I think Ian Frucci was also in on that tackle. 3rd down and about 2, maybe 3, called a short 2 perhaps, or a long 2. They'll split 3 wide receivers to the near side. Man coverage, it looks like. There is a safety back. Short throw, but that's high. Trying to get it to Connor Arthur on the far side. Well, the Bears had good field position, but, you know, this part of the field, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to go for it.
Yeah, I really think they would, too.
It's 4th and 2 at the 37-yard line. We mentioned Drew Peters was kind of you might call him a game-time decision for this game. He has not gone in yet. Adam Fire-Ovid on the field right now, but the Bears trying to convert here on 4th down. They'll put it on the ground with James. Good second effort, moves the chains.
And we lost a helmet, somebody. That was, I think that's Keegan Brown that lost that helmet.
That's Brown, so he's going to have to come out for a play, and coming in to replace him is Elon Moore for the Golden Bears. But the Golden Bears move the chains, and they've got the ball at the 33-yard line. And even without that second effort, I'm not sure I think Dom James might have already had the first.
Yeah, I think he did too.
Just 2 wide receivers this time, a 2 tight end set. Fire-Ovid to the near side, and Dean to the right. Miller going for the quick hitter. That's caught, but a big hit at the back end. Titus Rower with the catch as Xavier Torres makes the tackle. Well, so far, Nate Miller 2 for 3 in the passing game. I believe he has 12 yards throwing the football thus far.
That was 4 tough yards for Roar.
Blitz. They'll hand it off to James. Not much doing on the ground. Well, it looks like Wauseon's been stacking the line and making it tough for Bryan to run the ball downhill. And that's something that Bryan wants to do, is run the ball downhill.
Absolutely. The run game starts everything.
They've got it at the 30 here with 3rd and 6. A 2 tight end set once again. Seven in the box. It will be a 4-man rush. Miller running out of time. Flushed. He can run. Trying to get to the outside. He did not get there. I think they're going to mark that back at the 26-yard line. Would have needed another 3 yards to move the chains. Oh, no. They're marking that at the 25.
Wow.
That's better field position than I thought he had. Aurora going to the sideline. He'll be out for this play. And not surprisingly, the Bears will go for it again. This time, Miller goes under center. Straight handoff to James. No, he didn't get it. He's about a yard short, maybe a yard and a half. And the Indians will take over on downs.
Yeah, James just could not get forward, and there was good coverage by Wauseon.
Well, Bryan's certainly not taking this Wauseon team lightly. Coach Redhead, and I talked to him earlier this week, he expects Wauseon to be a better team than their 1-3 record suggests. Bryan was able to force the turnover on the first possession, but they turn it right back over, and Wauseon will start from their own 25. They'll have 3 wide receivers on the field in a pistol set. Torres motions. And the handoff will go straight up the middle, and a big hole, and a first down for number 35. That is Joey Shima. That's the first time that Wauseon's been able to move the chains. That's, in fact, their biggest play from scrimmage.
Yeah, and that was Alex Potvin who came in and made that tackle.
It's a gain of about 14. Make that 12 yards. I thought he got more than that. But it's a gain of 12, and up until that point, I believe Wauseon had a total of minus 4 yards from scrimmage. One negative play, and that was it. Straight up the middle again with Shima, trying to battle his way for extra yards. And not a bad gain on first down. Gets across the 40 to the 41.
Pick up a 4 on the play.
Alex Potvin in on another tackle, as was Dom James. And Potvin's another one of those guys who, call him a two-sport athlete if you want to. He plays two sports in the fall season, both football and soccer. Torres will motion. They'll fake to him. Penrod in trouble. Pressure comes. Gets it away. Incomplete. That was nowhere near the intended receiver, Noah Tester. I think that was Matt Harold who was pressuring him. He nearly got the sack. It's early on in the game, but Harold's had a good game so far. He's already had a tackle for loss and been able to hurry the quarterback. And this is not a Wauseon team that puts up a lot of yards through the air. That's not a knock on Connor Penrod, though. More of a testament to the style of offense they run. Sliding catch across midfield by Sean Brock. Sean Brock, the tight end, gets the Indians into Golden Bear territory. That was close, but it looked like he did make the catch. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. Twins to the near side, and Torres will motion. It'll be Shima getting the carry, and he's got room. Plenty of it. Shima across the 40. To about the 38-yard line, Logan Clemens made the tackle, and had he not done so, Shima might have been gone.
Yeah, he did a good job of even trying to break some tackles there.
Well, after forcing the turnover on downs, Wauseon bouncing back nicely from the turnover on their last possession. They've got a threat going. 6.5 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Twins lined up to the far side. And again, Torres will motion. That's been commonality here in this game. Penrod trying to get to the edge, and the Golden Bears able to string it out. I think Nate Miller was in on that tackle, along with a couple others. Logan Clemens there as well.
Barely got back to the line of scrimmage.
It'll be 2nd down and 10. First possession was 3 plays and a turnover for Wauseon, but here they are inside Bryan's 40-yard line. This is a drive that started back at their own 25, so they're moving the ball very effectively. Straight ahead they go with Shima. A little delay on the handoff, and he doesn't get much. Potvin in on that tackle with a little help from Andrews and James. All 3 linebackers involved on that tackle.
Well, it was a good play because Bryan didn't bite on the first guy through the line. He faked the first handoff and then made the second one. So the Bears did a nice job of not biting.
This is going to be 3rd down and 8. But Wauseon has already converted on 3rd and long on this drive. This is an even shorter down and distance here. Penrod on the run, throws a little bit behind Torres, and incomplete. That was Bryson Andrews there to break it up. And on 4th and 8, we may see Wauseon go for it, but I would imagine that interim head coach Sean Moore will probably bring on the punt team. Though no change seems to be taking place just yet. And yeah, I think he's going to go for it.
Well, Penrod has a 10-yard pass, so they can dial that one up again.
That was on a 3rd down play. With a motion, Torres. Penrod will roll. Has time. Quick hitter. Got it. Complete. Close to the first down. Sean Brock thinks he's got it. But where the far side official is standing, I think he's a half a yard short. They're going to have to bring the nope, they're not going to bring the chains out. It's a turnover on downs.
Wow.
Well, I thought for sure they would bring the sticks out to take a look at that.
He had to make the 28 for the first down, and he didn't get to the 28. He got all but a yard.
The far side official was spotting it about half a yard short, it looked. But now it'll be the second possession for the Golden Bears. Each team has now turned the ball over on downs once tonight. Wauseon has also turned it over via an interception. It looks like James is the up back. Looking for the pitch, but it's not there. Now a late flip. That was a forward shovel, and now the late call is made. It's an incomplete pass. I think that's the right call. Miller just shuffled it forward.
Yeah, he just shuffled it forward. That was a forward pass. Good call by the official.
Second down and 10.
I don't think that play was designed that way. I think something happened. I think something got busted there on that play.
Well, he was looking for the pitch, but I think Bryson Andrews was the guy who was trying to pitch it to, but he had a defender right on him. This time James will line up as the up back on the opposite side. Second down and 10. Miller rolls right. Running out of time, and he's not. Oh, he does get away. Somehow he eluded that. Not a very big gain. He turns it into a positive play, but third and long coming. I thought he was dead to rights.
And he escaped, and that's literally what he did. He escaped a tackle and was able to get positive yardage on it. He picked up 3 on that.
Yeah, they're marking that at the 32-yard line. But third and long coming up for the Golden Bears. They don't really have a completion downfield just yet. I believe Miller is officially 2 for 4.
Yep.
They'll empty the backfield. Looking for the screen to the outside. It's James. Well defended. James trying to split the tacklers, and he's got the first down at the 40. There were defenders all around, and James able to move the chains. Well, the Bears have not gone 3 and out at any point tonight. In fact, on the first drive, they actually converted on 4th and 2. They were later stopped on 4th down on that same drive. Miller rolls right. Running out of time again, gets it away, nearly picked off. Tyson Brish jumped right in front of Fire Ovid and nearly picked it off. I'm not sure he would have taken it the other way. It was awful close to that sideline.
Yeah, good job there. Boy, getting rid of the ball, but the defender coming in late.
Second down and 10 coming up for the Golden Bears. Started the last possession at, I believe, the 47-yard line in Wauseon territory. Miller, quick hitter. Oh, bobbled, but then caught, I think. The defender is signaling that he dropped it. Andrews was bobbling the ball, and it's going to be ruled a catch.
Wow.
Somehow held on to that. I don't know how.
Must not have hit the ground.
Must have secured it on the way down. James the lone back here on 1st and 10 from the 47. Blitz. Miller. Downfield, bobbled, and caught. I don't think there's any dispute there. No. Connor Arthur pulling it in.
Yeah, and he ended up on his back, and that's really why he was able to continue that catch, because the ground, he was protecting the ball with his body.
That's a gain of 10 out to the 37-yard line in Wauseon territory.
37-yard line of the Wauseon Indians.
And Connor Arthur getting a bit of a breather. That was his first catch of the game. He had it was a 74-yard touchdown catch last week against Swan. 2.5 to play. No score on your main stop scoreboard. Time for Miller. Flushed. And turns it into a positive play, but it's only a gain of about a yard. I believe that was number 70. That is Chase Santiago.
Well, it was a good play by Nate there. All his receivers were covered downfield, and he tried to make something happen, and now we've got an injured Golden Bear down on the field.
I think that's Bryson Andrews who is being tended to. Redhead's out there. So is the trainer. Well, I hope this isn't too serious because I think he's been down since about the end of the play.
Yeah, and he's a really good player for the Golden Bears.
But we'll take a quick break for an injury timeout on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Keeping children safe on Ohio school buses is a priority for the Ohio State Highway Patrol. This is Lieutenant Bob Aschenfelder of the Defiance Post. Safety on the roadway is a shared responsibility. Even though motorists are required to stop as a safety measure, children should always look both ways before crossing the street and remain alert to any sudden traffic changes. Together, we can make this a safe school year.
Well, back here at Bryan High School, no score on your main stop scoreboard. Bryson Andrews luckily able to walk off under his own power.
Yeah, that was a scary moment there.
He's down on the field for quite some time, and meanwhile, Drakes are faced with a 2nd down and 9. It's not come easy for the Drakes. They've been able to move the ball on this for the Bears, I beg your pardon. Golden Bears have been able to move the ball, but it's not come easy for them.
Yeah, Wauseon's done a much better job than the opponents the previous weeks have been, covering receivers and bringing pressure.
Miller to throw. To the outside, incomplete, a little beyond the reach of Austin Dean.
I think he was trying to put that where only Austin Dean could catch it, and as such, it was out of bounds.
Just let him a little too
out
much.
of the way, I mean.
2:01 on your main stop scoreboard here in this first quarter, and it's 3rd down and 9. I believe that was the down and distance when the Bears converted on a 3rd down earlier in this drive.
Now we've got an official's timeout. Have a towel on the field.
Yeah, it was Dom James's towel. That's one of the pink towels that the players are wearing in honor of Pink Out Night. James the lone back. Miller has time. Across the middle, complete fire. Ovid picks up the 1st down. Well, the Bears continue to move the football, albeit more methodical than they were doing last week. Last week they took advantage of the man coverage across the board. It didn't seem like Swanton had anybody back defensively, but it's been a little bit different approach from Wauseon so far.
Yeah, absolutely. They've done a really good job of covering receivers and, again, putting pressure on Nate Miller. I think this is more pressure than Nate Miller's faced about the whole season.
I think you're right. Didn't get much in the Woodward game or the I don't think he even got much in the Fairview game. This time they'll blitz. They'll counterplay. James trying to get the edge, and he will not. That is strung out brilliantly, and it looks like he held onto the football. A host of Indians in on the tackle, including Connor Penrod.
There were 6 Indians in on the tackle, so they did a nice job of pursuing. And he got nothing.
2nd down and 10. You got just about a minute to go on your main stop scoreboard here in this first quarter. Four wide receivers on this play. They've got, looks like Fire Ovid slot to the near side, and Dean slot to the other side. Miller across the middle, in and out of the hands of Dean. That was a scary moment. Arthur nearly had a chance to catch it. Actually, I think that was Logan Clemens who had a chance to catch it off the tip. But there were a couple of Indians in the area.
Yeah. And again, well covered by Wauseon. And look, it's the quarterback, Connor Penrod, who's making the play on the defensive end.
He's a starting defensive back on this Wauseon team, but here we are on 3rd and 10. Miller takes a snap, has time, downfield, one-on-one, incomplete.
Looked like there was a little bit of contact there down the sideline, not called by the official.
And the backside official was looking right at it. Looked like he was trying to get it to Fire Ovid, but it's 4th and 10. And even inside the 25, I would not be surprised to see the Bears go for it.
4th and 10's a hard down, though, but I don't think Chandler Jackson is going to make. He possibly could make him, but he kicks low, soccer style, and I'd be afraid to kick it this far away.
Well, they're going to put 4 wide receivers on the field. James lining up as the up back here. Miller will roll left. Pressure comes. Miller in trouble and down. Trevor Rodriguez. And Wauseon will take over on downs again.
At 31, so he lost 8 on that one.
That comes with 43 seconds. It does stop the clock here on your main stop scoreboard because of the change of possession. And Wauseon will start this drive from the 32-yard line. So far, each drive has ended with a turnover. 3 of those drives, turnovers on downs. Bears will send 4. Penrod gets it away, has a man complete for the first down.
Ooh,
and
he
a
just
big
got
hit
drilled.
on the back end. We'll see who that was who made the tackle. That was Potvin. The catch was made by Noah Tester. And he was tested by Potvin at the end of the play.
He absolutely was.
Clock will stop while they reset the chains, and now it starts up again. And, well, after the first down, we'll see if Wauseon chooses to run another play. Play clock is moving, so they'll have to. Blitz shown, blitz comes. Penrod looking for the throwback.
He has a wide open
Downfield,
receiver.
has a man beyond his reach, and good coverage downfield by Nate Miller to prevent the deep ball.
You know what was interesting about that pass is that was to go out to the left side, and the wide receiver kind of held up a little bit. I think if he had kept running his route, he would have caught him in stride well past Nate Miller.
I think he was trying to hit Colton Sluter. Or nope, Joey Shima, I beg your pardon. 35, not 25. Colton Sluter's a freshman. He is a wide receiver, though. Torres will motion. And they'll hand it off straight ahead, and a good hit in the backfield. Only a gain of about 2. And I think that was Titus Rower who got the hit. It was indeed. And that's going to be the final play of the first quarter. We got a ball game here in Bryan, but no score on your main stop scoreboard. We will come back for the start of the second quarter on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
When Cameron's family came to us with a plea for help, we put our minds and our hearts into creating a solution. Selfless teamwork made the impossible possible. NSCC really is the heart of education.
One thing that hasn't changed here at Bryan Ford Lincoln is our commitment to service. It's in everything we do. It's in our mission statement. Our goal is simple: customers for life. Kick back in our newly renovated service lounge or business center. We pick up and deliver throughout the local area at no charge. So the next time you need service on your Ford or competitive make vehicle, come out and see us at Bryan Ford Lincoln and see why we've earned Ford Motor Company's President's Award 7 times running.
Take a look at some first quarter stats. First downs, Bryan with 5, Wauseon with 4. Wauseon is 1 of 3 on third down, 0 of 1 on fourth down. Bryan 2 of 5 on third down, 1 of 3 on fourth down. Total offense about even, Wauseon with 59 and Bryan with 61.
Well, your main stop scoreboard shows a scoreless game and 3rd and 8 on the first play of the second quarter. Toss to the outside. This is Torres, gets to the edge, gets it across midfield, but it's not going to be enough for the first down.
And everybody for Bryan bid on that fake.
Connor Arthur helped to force him out of bounds. We'll have to wait and see what the decision is here by Sean Moore. It's going to be 4th and 5, so I would not be surprised to see a punt here, and it looks like they are going to bring the punt formation on. Connor Arthur back to return the punt. And it's Joey Shima to punt it away. Good snap. And an angled punt that goes out of bounds. And we'll see where they mark this one. This could give Bryan some pretty good field position.
I think they're going to mark it about the 26.
Mark it at the 27.
27. That's a 23-yard punt, no return as it goes out of bounds.
So this is the 3rd possession of the game for Bryan. They've turned it over on downs twice. Wauseon has turned it over on downs once, and they've also turned it over via interception. It was Bryson Andrews who picked off Connor Penrod. So it's not just Bryan who's been bit by the turnover bug. And both possessions they had gotten the ball into Wauseon territory, so it was really no surprise that they were going to go for it. Now they're moving the ball up to the 30-yard line.
Hey, we'll take it.
Spotted at the Bryan 30-yard line.
It could have been. You had said 30 originally.
Well, it was 30-yard line at best, and clearly that's where it's going to be as Miller rolls, running out of time. May try to take off here. Now throws at the last second, and that appears to be, no, it's incomplete. That looked like it was picked off for all the world.
Yes, it did. I don't even know where he was throwing that to.
Jonas Tester, the freshman, jumped the route and somehow didn't come up with that.
Bryan has changed things up just a little bit in the fact that they are putting in, and they didn't need to do this against Swanton at all, but they have been putting Dom James in kind of as a protector for the quarterback, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Well, they'll have him in the running game this time, lined up to the right hip of Miller. Dean will motion, and he'll get the handoff on the jet sweep. Trying to get to the outside, and that is read brilliantly by Joey Shima.
On the stop, number 35, Joey Shima.
Lost 2 on that one.
And a 3rd and long coming up here for the Golden Bears. Well, you know, you try to get something going with those trick plays, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Another 3rd and long situation for the Golden Bears. No score on your main stop scoreboard. And that might be movement on the Golden Bears. I thought Bryson Andrews might have shifted just a little bit. It is false start. So 3rd and 12 is going to turn
procedure
into
against the Golden Bears.
Marked back to the 23-yard line. And in case you're wondering if this is the longest 3rd down distance so far, it absolutely is.
3rd and 17.
3 wide receivers to the near side of the field. Miller to throw, good protection, downfield, got a man there, beyond the reach of Connor Arthur. He was going for a big play touchdown just like he got last week, but it was a little overthrown. And it looks like a punt coming on this 3rd and 17 as Austin Dean, beg your pardon, Adam Fire-Rovid, sits back in punt formation. And that's Connor Penrod back to return.
Kid does everything.
You see that often at the high school level. Bit of a low snap. High punt. This will be good field position. Penrod did not call for the fair catch and nearly broke free. Well, if you're either visiting or moved here from the state of Arkansas, that's not something you want to hear. Obviously, the Razorbacks were fooled by that in the game against North Texas. Player didn't call fair catch, and everybody backed away as if he did. That did not happen with the Golden Bears, though.
No, they swarmed him, and 35-yard punt, basically no return.
10:19 to go here in the second quarter. No score on your main stop scoreboard. Bobbled on the snap, and it's on the ground. Who's got it?
Wauseon may have fallen back on it.
That appears to be the signal. There were 3 Golden Bears in that backfield, and Wauseon finds themselves behind the sticks. It's a loss of 3, back to the 39-yard line.
I don't know who recovered it, but
that's a huge break for the Indians.
Yes, it is.
Torres motions, gets the handoff. Nope, it's Penrod keeping, and he's tripped up. Decent gain on a 2nd and 13 play, but it's going to set up 3rd and long.
I tell you what, Penrod does a nice job of the fake. Twice now he's faked to Torres and kept the ball.
That's Carter Hoffman getting
a play off. And 3rd and 7. Looks closer to 3rd and 8 coming up here for the Indians. Four down line. Penrod flushed. He'll pull up and run. Can he get there? He does! To the 47-yard line in Bryan territory.
That's amazing. He was able to get out of that and pick up the first down.
That's back-to-back carries for Connor Penrod, and I believe he only had 1 rushing touchdown on the season, but the kind of offense that Wauseon plays, it's not a surprise to see the quarterback carrying the football. This is 1st and 10 from the 47. Penrod to throw, rolling to his left. And now trying to take off. Flag is down. He was cut down. He was already down before he threw the ball. Matt Harold with the tackle. Flag came in from the near side, and we'll have to check on the penalty.
It's a big loss. All the way to the 42.
As right now the referee's about to announce what the penalty is.
Holding on the defense.
So that'll be the first sack of the game for Matt Harold.
Now they got the flag thrown. The flag was thrown at the 40, right?
I think.
Or is it 10 yards from the spot?
10 yards from the spot, if I'm not mistaken. So right now the officials are trying to sort it out, and he was well behind the line. Or the hold appeared to occur well behind the line. So they're marking it all the way back to the 35.
And if that's the point of the spot,
it's going to make it 2nd down and 28.
Yeah, I don't know that they took it all the way back to the line, because the line of scrimmage was the 47.
Yeah, I think they marked it off from the spot of the foul. I think what they're saying is the hold occurred at the 45-yard line. They're marking it off 10 yards from there.
Okay. So it's 1st and 37, is that right?
28,
28, yep.
Still a long way to go. Penrod gonna pull it down. Gets away from one man and a couple others after that, but finally the Golden Bears bring him down and turn that into an adventurous 3-yard gain.
And he turned his body at the last minute to avoid, I don't know if he was trying to avoid getting hit or what, but that was scary.
Actually, I think that was 1st down. I think they repeated the down because of the penalty. 2nd down and 25 as it's marked.
Bears need to take advantage of that penalty.
Penrod rolls to his left. Protection, gets it away, complete. Well short of the original line of scrimmage. The pass is caught by Garrett Smith. And they're still going to have a long way to go. Golden Bears keeping everything in front of them on these last couple of plays. Noah Tressler comes onto the field, number 34. He's a junior.
There's a 3rd down for Wauseon at their own 44-yard line.
As I think Penrod's just trying to get the play from the sideline. Clock is, the clock's still running.
Yep.
But this is 3rd down and 19, I think.
You are correct.
Penrod with time, downfield, going for every ounce he can get, tipped in the air, and there were 2 Golden Bears where that ball was thrown. It could have been picked.
It could have been, and it was a nice job there. I think Adam Queen was in on that one. He was the one that tipped it.
Adam Queen tipped it, and I think Bryson Andrews was back waiting for it.
He was in the general vicinity. Good to see Bryson Andrews back out.
And he walked off the field with a bit of an injury, though he did walk off under his own power, so it didn't look serious, and clearly it's not so serious that it keeps him out of the game. Austin Dean back to return the punt. And Rohr almost ran into the kicker. Luckily, he was able to slow down, and a fair catch at the 20-yard line. That's where the Golden Bears will take over.
So a net 36-yard punt.
6:58 to go in the second quarter. No score on your main stop scoreboard. We've had, all in all, 4 turnovers in this game. 3 of those have been turnovers on downs. The other one was a Bryson Andrews interception.
Liberty Center is up on Delta 14-0. Swanton and Evergreen tied at 0. Patrick Henry over Archbold 14-7, all first quarters.
That Archibald team is the next team that Bryan will be playing. Across the middle, complete. Titus Rohrer holding onto the football. And Rohrer's got his first catch of the day as Bryan moves the chains. We haven't really seen much of pass plays to the tight end downfield from the Golden.
No, we haven't. But that was a good one for a 16-yard gain on first down.
Tom James going to be the lone setback here on this first down play from the 36-yard line. James gets the handoff, but he's met in the backfield and dropped. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that was a broken play from the start.
Yep, and he did get back to the line of scrimmage, and Chima in on the tackle.
It'll be second down and long. As I mentioned, that's an undefeated Archbold team going up against Patrick Henry.
Yep.
And that's who Bryan's going to play next week on the road. Miller to throw. Looking for the screen beyond the reach of Andrews.
That was dangerous, and I don't think Andrews knew what the play was or wasn't in the right position.
Looked like Miller was trying to lead him. But Andrews stopped and waited for it. And it's going to be third down and 10. Just one first down so far on this possession. Miller, quick hitter, got it complete, but short of the first down. And that's Bryson Andrews making the catch. And now here are the Golden Bears on second down and 3, and they're going to punt it away. Well, they're in their own territory, so I think that's the reason for the decision. Connor Penrod back to return the punt from Fire Ovid. Penrod playing in all 3 facets of the game.
They're coming after this one.
They get some pressure, but Fire Ovid able to get it away with quite a bit of ease, and that will bounce into the end zone for a touchback.
Fire Ovid's punt into the end zone.
Did a good job keeping it away from Penrod.
Tonight's 50-50 draw.
But the Indians will start from their own 20-yard line.
365.
Take a look at some other scores from around the region. We gave you the scores from the NWOL. It's Van Wert over Shawnee 7-0. Edgerton over Fairview 14-7. It is Antwerp over Wayne Trace 10-8. Hicksville over Holgate 31-0. Pandora Gilboa over Van Buren 21-zip. Ottawa Glandorf 17. Salina 14. Tenor over Ayersville 7-6.
Snap to Penrod, and he'll hand it off. Torres trying to stretch it to the outside. There's a flag down, and Torres with a pretty good game, but it may be coming back.
I think there was a hold or illegal block in the back, the way the flag was thrown.
And they are going to bring it back. Adam Queen forced him out of bounds. And they're going to mark it off from the spot of the foul.
Got a call holding?
I think they did. Yeah, the spot of the foul was looked like it was the 17-yard line. Marking it off half the distance to the goal, but that puts the ball at the 9. And once again, Wauseon finds themselves way behind the sticks. That was the situation they ended up in on the last possession. Ended up with a 1st and 28 and could not overcome it. Little mix-up on the handoff. That ball might have come out. If it did, it looks like the Indians got back on top. But it's going to be second and still a long way to go. 23 yards, in fact. Well, Grant Redhead will take these long down and distances for Wauseon.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he's going to want his team to step up and make some plays.
2nd and 24.
The Indians still have 2 more plays to move the chains. Penrod's going to keep this one all the way. The safe call, and he goes down at right about the 6-yard line. Not much gain there.
Stopped by number 15, Matt Harrell.
They're going to say he was stopped at the 8, make that a gain of 2. Matt Harrell in on the tackle. And we got about 4 minutes to go in this first half.
Brings up 3rd and 22.
No score on your main stop scoreboard. Another 3rd and long. 3rd and a mile, in fact, for the Indians. Torres motions. Handoff to Shima, another safe call. And he might have gotten to the 9, maybe the 10, if anything. But still the Golden Bears force a punt. And they stand to get some very good field position out of this. Austin Dean is going to set up right around his own 40. We'll see where he stops at. Going to stop at the 44. They get the punt away. Dean does not call fair catch, makes the catch, but he's got a couple of defenders around him.
He is taken down at the Wauseon 40-yard line.
It's a return of about 4, maybe 5.
By number 1, Tyson Bridge, and number 8.
Tyson Bridge in on the tackle, and now the Golden Bears will take over with great field position starting at the Indians' 40-yard line. .305 left to go in this second quarter. We got a scoreless game on your main stop scoreboard.
This is really how I expected this game to go. 2 blue-collar teams right here.
Blitz coming. They set up the screen. Logan Clemens trying to get to the outside and out of bounds. It looks like they're going to mark him at right around the 33.
And I think that ended up being Dean.
You might be right. I thought it was 8, Clemens. But Tester pushed him out of bounds. And it's going to be 2nd down and 3. Four wide receivers on the field, 2 to either side. Bears have struggled to establish the running game. Double reverse. This is Bryson Andrews. He's got it, and a blocker in front, and Andrews is hammered down to the 22-yard line, but he had already moved the chains by then.
Tyson Bridge on the stop for Wauseon, number 1.
Tyson Bridge on the tackle.
First down.
Mark that back at the 23-yard line.
All right there, Wauseon, 23-yard line.
That was a nice play right there, a little trickeration.
James the lone back. Miller looking for the quick hitter, running out of time, pumps, and he takes it out of bounds, able to get positive yardage out of that play. Got to look like the 19.
Out of bounds by number 1, Tyson Bridge.
It's about a 4-yard gain on the play. 2nd down and 6.
It's amazing that little pump fake, how he was able to do that, and he got the Wauseon folks to kind of bite on that and stop pursuit, and he was able to pick up an extra yard out of that as they're going to mark it at the 18 now.
2.5 to go, no score on your main stop scoreboard. Miller has time. To the far side, one-on-one, touchdown, no.
They're going to say it was incomplete. Well, let's see what they do. There's a flag, pass interference. They're going to call offensive pass interference. Oh, I don't know about that.
I didn't see much of a push from, I think that was Fire Ovid.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, Titus Rower was down there. So no score on the play for the Golden Bears.
They're going to say Rower had the interference call. Is it 15 from the spot?
So that marks it back to the 28-yard line and make it 2nd down and 14.
I don't know. If anything, I thought it went the other way.
I didn't see Rower do much, but anyway, it's Miller taking it all the way, trying to get that second effort. That second effort gets him to about the 22-yard line. And it's going to be 3rd down.
3rd and 9.
Bryan at the 22-yard line of Wauseon.
3rd and 9 With 2:01 to go on your main stop scoreboard here in the second quarter. Miller to throw. Looking downfield, running out of time. Gets it away, has a man in the end zone, but it's out of bounds. Well, Connor Arthur made the catch, but he was well out of bounds when he did.
Be nice if the Bears get on the board here, because they do get the ball to start the next quarter, the next half.
They're going to keep the offense on the field here on 4th and 9. Would have had a touchdown a few plays ago, but that was taken away because of offensive pass interference.
Yeah, 39-yard field goal.
You and I agree that was.
I think it's either defensive or a no call.
Miller with time, looking downfield, flushed, gets it away. Tight window, and the catch is made.
Wow, what a
Bryson Andrews.
Wow.
What a throw, what a catch.
That was
on both
amazing.
ends.
I don't know how Bryson Andrews came down with that, nor do I know how Nate Miller was able to find him.
He had a defender crowding Bryson Andrews, and we're going to get a timeout called with 1:25 to go, and no score on your main stop scoreboard. We'll keep it here with you. As Bryan is now driving toward the end zone, they've got 1st and goal at the Indians' 3-yard line.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, Bryson Andrews, a player of the game so far in my eyes.
Had so far the biggest catch of the game just a play ago.
Yeah, yep, 19-yard pickup, and it was like making something out of nothing for Nate Miller.
He had a defender right in front of him, and Nate Miller was running out of time and somehow got the ball to him.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
By the way, Andrews also has an interception in this game.
Doing it all.
That was on the first possession of the game for Wauseon. But right now, 1:25 to go, and you know, if there's any issue here, it's that Bryan hasn't really been able to establish the ground game yet. They want to establish the ground game, but it hasn't been there.
You got to do what the defense gives you. And right now, Nate Miller is 10 of 20 for 106 yards, and that last pass of 19 yards was as long for the night.
Wauseon has blitzed quite a bit. The number of plays they've sent, usually 5 men in the pass rush. But they'll stack the line here. Miller will go under center. Hands it off to James, and James does not get much.
Got about a yard and a half, maybe 2.
Dominic James.
Looks like they're going to mark him at about the 2, maybe the 1.
Stopped on the play by
Clock continues to move.
He's at the 1 and a half. Split the difference. He's at the 1 and a half.
Well, we're now under a minute to play. They'll split Rower out to the near side. Little dive play, and that goes backwards, it looks like. A second effort might have gotten it inside the 1. It looked like being pushed backwards.
Yeah.
And Bryan is going to call another timeout here with 40.7.
Was that Miller, or did that you think that went to Dom James?
I thought he handed it off to James.
That's what I thought so too.
Ball is spotted at the Wauseon 1-yard line.
Well, they're spotting the ball at the 1-yard line, and yeah, I don't know, with the formation they've been using, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a little quarterback sneak here.
Yeah, I think that's what you're setting up right now, is you're setting up a quarterback sneak after lining up that way.
About 41 seconds left to go in this first half. No score on your main stop scoreboard. And the Golden Bears trying to cash in. I think their fans think they should already have 6 points on the board.
Absolutely.
Titus Rohr was flagged for offensive pass interference, but it looked like a questionable call, at least. This is 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line.
Well, you got 2 plays to get it 1 yard.
They'll hand it off. James trying to pound his way in. He got it. Touchdown. And now the Bears are on the board.
Attempting the extra point, number 18, Chandler Jackson.
A 1-yard run to make it 6-0.
Bryson Andrews.
And the extra point from Chandler Jackson is pending. The snap is down. The kick is good. 7-0 in Bryan's favor on your main stop scoreboard, and we'll take a quick break on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
For over 40 years, Bryan, Ohio has been home to the only import vehicle repair specialist in Northwest Ohio, Suburban Auto. Whether it's an Asian or European vehicle, Suburban has the knowledge and experience to keep your import or domestic car running strong. Do you have a hybrid vehicle that's acting up? Suburban is your one-stop hybrid repair shop. Don't be fooled by the one-size-fits-all repair shops. There is no substitute for experience. Come see the import repair pros, Suburban Auto.
There comes a time when every family is faced with the difficult choice of aftercare for a family companion. In the past, your choices were limited to burial or cremation. Now there's a better option, Aquamation. It's a gentle, more responsible alternative that allows you to honor the loss of your companion without harming the environment. Aquamation is a simple process similar to Mother Nature's own that allows the family to retain more of their companion's remains. To find out more, call or stop by Creel Funeral Service today.
Back here in the second quarter, Bryan finally on the scoreboard. They lead at 7-0 on your main stop scoreboard on the 1-yard touchdown run by Dom James.
And they get the ball to start the second half.
That is extra. That's huge on multiple levels for them. And a quick stoppage in play, but now I think they'll let him go. Jackson sends it away. Rather short kick taken from the 15-yard line. And a big hit across the 25. Trying to see who made that hit. I think it was Alex Potvin. Number 9 tackling number 9. That was Jonas Tester on the return. And with 31.9 seconds to go, it'll be interesting to see if Wauseon just takes a knee and goes to the locker room down just 7, or if they try to go down the field and set up for a score.
Yeah,
Doesn't look like they're taking a knee.
You don't really want to risk a turnover, but they're 4 wide.
Penrod sets up the screen, and that was read brilliantly. The pass is incomplete either way. Just trying to get it to Noah Tester that time. Bryson Andrews was there to break it up. That does stop the clock, so still time for Wauseon. They'll go with the pistol formation. And now they'll shift Shima to the left side. Penrod will keep it himself. Interesting call here is now Wauseon's going to have to use a timeout, I would think. Or they may just let it run. They have not stopped the clock yet. I think they're going to keep those timeouts on the shelf. And it looks like that's going to be the end of the first half. Both teams walking off the field, and Bryan leading 7-0 on your main stop scoreboard. It's been a low-scoring game all the way, but Bryan getting on the board inside the final minute of the first half.
We're going to do our BMU Cable and Internet halftime show, including the Bryan High School Marching Band, but you're watching Golden Bear football on the Golden Bear Sports Network, BryanSports.com, BMU Channel 3, and WQCT Bryan. Let's take our halftime break and be back with more after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
One thing that hasn't changed here at Bryan Ford Lincoln is our commitment to service. It's in everything we do. It's in our mission statement. Our goal is simple: customers for life. Kick back in our newly renovated service lounge or business center. We pick up and deliver throughout the local area at no charge. So the next time you need service on your Ford or competitive make vehicle, come out and see us at Bryan Ford Lincoln and see why we've earned Ford Motor Company's President's Award 7 times running.
The academic advisors at Northwest State are here to help you develop and stick with a great education plan so you can get where you want to go. All roads begin at Northwest State.
For over 40 years, Bryan, Ohio has been home to the only import vehicle repair specialist in Northwest Ohio, Suburban Auto. Whether it's an Asian or European vehicle, Suburban has the knowledge and experience to keep your import or domestic car running strong. Do you have a hybrid vehicle that's acting up? Suburban is your one-stop hybrid repair shop. Don't be fooled by the one-size-fits-all repair shops. There is no substitute for experience. Come see the import repair pros, Suburban Auto.
High school football on the Golden Bears Sports Network. Bryan leads it 7-0 over Wauseon at halftime, and it is indeed a low-scoring game, and I don't think we're really surprised by that. Even though Bryan came in with a 3-1 record, Wauseon 1-3, head coach suspended, kind of had the feel of a trap game coming in, and I think Bryan was expecting a close game from these guys.
Yeah, absolutely, and it took to the final minute of the first half to get a score in. So, hey, they played pretty evenly all throughout the full first half.
Early on, the story of the game was turnovers, mostly turnovers on downs. 2 of those for Bryan, 1 of those for Wauseon, and also Bryson Andrews picking off a Connor Penrod pass for one of the 2 Wauseon turnovers.
Yeah, and, Bryson Andrews has just been killer. He does a great job on offense. He does a great job on defense, and he really has picked up his game this year and really come into his own as a player for the Bryan Golden Bears.
And can you say enough about that 4th down play? I mean, Bryan, it seemed like they should have had a touchdown already at that point. An offensive pass interference call that was questionable from our estimation. But Nate Miller hangs in there, completes the pass to Bryson Andrews, and sets up 1st and goal.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was 4th and 9, and it was a 19-yard pass. That I don't know where he found Andrews. He was being pressured, and he somehow found Andrews kind of crossing across right in front of the end zone and found him, and he got it all the way down to the 3-yard line, and then 3 plays later, they poke it in. So
it was Dom James poking it in on the 1-yard touchdown run on 3rd down, and it's not been easy running the football for Bryan tonight, but they're able to get the touchdown on the ground.
Yeah, and, they really have gone through the air tonight to really keep their drives alive. And Nate Miller is now 10 of 20 for 106 yards as long, that 19-yard pass we just mentioned, and he's been able to find several different receivers. Adam Fireover has a catch for 13 yards. Austin Dean has 2 catches for 16. Connor Arthur has 1 for 10. Titus Rohr has 2 for 16. Andrews has 3 for 39, including that 19-yard pass. And Dom James even caught a pass for 8 yards. So, I mean, he's really spread it around.
And what plagued Wauseon on their last couple of possessions was penalties, set them heavily behind the sticks, and obviously Bryan will take that any day of the week, but they're not going to be relying on that the rest of the game, I don't think.
No, absolutely not. And Wauseon has been penalized twice for 15 yards, Bryan twice for 20 yards. So, I mean, pretty even there on the penalties, but Wauseon's penalties came at pretty much critical junctures of the game, and so now you're like 3rd and long and 4th and long, and it's hard to get anything done.
And, of course, this is a pink out game as well, effort to benefit breast cancer research across this country, and there are many pink out games going on. I don't know about tonight, but they'll probably be going on through the month of we're still in September, but through the month of October, we'll probably have a few.
Yeah, as well. It's a great cause, and it's great to see everybody out here with the pink on, and the student section certainly very pink tonight, and it's all for a good cause. So excited to bring you this game here. We even got our pink flag on the BMU broadcast tonight.
And right now, the Wauseon High School Band is playing, and in just a matter of moments, you'll get to hear from the Bryan High School Band. But we'll take a quick break here at halftime. 7-0 on your main stop scoreboard. This is the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, and Breininger is a great group of experts with a common goal: to serve the legal needs of this area with the greatest degree of integrity and excellence. Along with that, they respect and support the athletes in tonight's game for their determination and teamwork. An attorney's relationship with their client is like the one between a coach and their player, a position of trust. Newcomer Schaefer, Spangler, and Breininger are proud supporters of all the athletes and wish them continued success always.
Are you a business owner looking to expand or thinking of starting a new business? Then check out the commercial building listed for sale by Misty King of Amerimaid Realty, located on the corner of Airport Highway and County Road 11 between Wauseon and Delta. This well-constructed building offers 1,600 square feet, a large bathroom, a utility room, ample parking, and room to expand with 2 acres of land. This property is perfect for all kinds of businesses. Phone Misty King today at 633-4997. Misty King of Amerimaid Realty, your hometown real estate pro.
At American Family Insurance, we believe that with the right support, any dream is possible. For auto, home, business, or life, contact us today.
Contact Danielle Vanetta, agent at 419-636-0408 or stop by 1318 East High Street, Suite A in Bryan today.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI. American Family Insurance Company. American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services presents another way to make you feel better. An annual checkup for your heating and cooling system. They'll do a thorough exam and make sure your system is running safely and efficiently, because a checkup today keeps the breakdown away. Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services is also offering 0% financing for up to 72 months on select Lennox equipment. To learn more about a new system or to schedule your checkup, call Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services at 800-329-4040 today or go to starksph.com.
The Bryan Parks and Recreation Department would like to wish the Bryan Golden Bears good luck in tonight's game. The Bryan Parks and Rec offers a wide variety of classes for you during the entire year and an array of sporting events all year long. Check out what the Bryan Parks and Recreations Department has going on at bryanparksandrec.com or like them on Facebook. The Bryan Parks and Rec hopes to see you in one of the many parks that Bryan has to offer and enjoy the facilities. Questions about the classes or rental of one of their facilities, call 633-6030.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, welcome back, everybody, to this edition of high school football here on the Golden Bear Sports Network. Bryan leads at 7-0 at halftime, and I believe we've got some first-half statistics for you.
Yeah, Wauseon with 5 first downs, 2 passing, 3 rushing. Bryan 8 first downs, 6 passing, 2 rushing. Wauseon was 2 of 7 on third down. They were 0-1 on fourth down. Bryan 2 of 8 on third down. Fourth down, they're 2 of 4. Total yards, Bryan leads with 132 yards of total offense. Wauseon with just 78 yards of total offense. Passing, Nate Miller is 10 of 20 for 106 yards. His long pass is 19. Meanwhile, Connor Penrad is 4 of 11, and he has 37 yards. Rushing, Bryan has 26 rushing yards on 17 attempts. So as we talk, the running has not been easy today. And meanwhile, that's Wauseon. No, that's Bryan. Wauseon has 41 yards rushing on 18 attempts. Penalties, we talked, Wauseon 2 for 20, Bryan 2 for 15. Wauseon has the 1 turnover. They also had 2 fumbles in the game, but did not lose either of those. They punted 3 times for 91 yards. Bryan punted twice for 92 yards. And time of possession, Wauseon with 10 minutes, 18 seconds. Bryan, 13 minutes and 15 seconds. So, pretty evenly matched game. Again, that scoring play came on, the drive was a 9-play, 40-yard drive that resulted in a touchdown. It was Nate Miller handing off to John Janes, and again, what really set that touchdown aside was that 19-yard pickup on fourth down.
And we got the Bryan High School Band that's going to be coming out and performing here at halftime in just a moment. And we'll keep it right here for that. Here on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
And when we get back after the band, we'll have some scores from around the area. And if you're watching on BMU right now, they're cycling through. So there you go. We'll just leave it. We're off.
Show the chart released in February of 2017. It reached #1 on several charts, sold almost 1.6 million copies, and was the 5th best-selling song of that year. Second thing second, it was inspired by the writer's battle with a form of arthritis that impacts the spine. It encourages the listener to rise above their situation, to find a new perspective that allows them to gain strength from the situation. Our situation is the Bryan Marching Band is going to open their show with Imagine Dragons' Believer. Through our intros, we try to educate you about the pieces we are going to play. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, our next number is a compilation of some band spirit and pep tunes that was put together by band members Kate and Jessing, Isaiah Taylor, and Tebow Willis. You've seen the band and the student section have fun with these. Now we invite all of our PHX football supporters to learn how to be active participants with the band as we support the Golden Bears. Here is Jig Freaks Jig 2.0 and the Blue Devils impact combined into one energetic performance. Our closer for tonight is a Jamaican-style folk song by Harry Belafonte. It was on the B-side, which means the opposite side of the record. Yes, the B-side of his hit song, Deo. It has been translated into multiple languages, covered numerous times, and been parodied by Alan Sherman. Harry sang about Kingston Town, but Alan sang about being upside down because he had a house to sell in Levittown. Here is the Bryan Marching Band performing their closer, Jamaica Farewell.
after this on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
Family is faced with the difficult choice of aftercare for a family companion. In the past, your choices were limited to burial or cremation. Now there's a better option, Aquamation. It's a gentle, more responsible alternative that allows you to honor the loss of your companion without harming the environment. Aquamation is a simple process similar to Mother Nature's own that allows the family to retain more of their companion's remains. To find out more, call or stop by Creel Funeral Service today.
They say there is strength in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bear student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, are raising a BHS athlete, or just love supporting our Bryan High School athlete, this is your chance to be part of the BHS sporting community. Talk to any board member today on how easy it is to join, or contact us at 419-636-4536.
Tonight's broadcast of Golden Bear Sports is proudly streamed by BMU Cable and High-Speed Internet. BMU is your hometown local provider for digital HD cable and high-speed internet. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net. Go Bears from all of us at BMU.
It's been said a million times, there's nothing in the world more important than family. We understand that at Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Our entire staff is like family to us. They are some of the most caring, thoughtful, and dedicated people in our industry. In fact, our newest members are part of my family. When the time comes for your family to say goodbye, remember our family, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory in Bryan, Sherwood, West Unity, and Hamilton.
You don't always see them, and they don't always see you. That's the time to call Jason Dietz Collisions and Customs in Edgerton. Many of today's vehicles feature very durable and lightweight aluminum construction, and we are proud to be one of the few shops in the area with the proper tools and certified technicians to bring that aluminum beauty back to life. Jason Dietz Collisions and Customs on State Route 6 on the east side of Edgerton.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
Keeping children safe on Ohio school buses is a priority for the Ohio State Highway Patrol. This is Lieutenant Bob Aschenfelder of the Defiance Post. Safety on the roadway is a shared responsibility. Even though motorists are required to stop as a safety measure, children should always look both ways before crossing the street and remain alert to any sudden traffic changes. Together, we can make this a safe school year.
BMU high-speed internet is now cheaper than ever. Now just $30 a month. That's $100 a year in savings. Get it with BMU extended basic cable for all your sports, movies, and reality shows. Plus local programming, including high school sports and community events. Not to mention a local help desk and support team for when you need them. Now for the fine print. We don't have any. No contracts or hidden fees. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net.
Well, back here at Bryan High School, this is high school football on the Golden Bear Sports Network. I believe we've got some scores to update y'all.
Yeah, looking at league games, Liberty Center over Delta 27-0. That's a second quarter score. It's Evergreen over Swanton 19-14 at the half. And Patrick Henry leads Archbold 20-14 at the half. Other scores around the region, Van Wert over Shawnee 19-0. That scores also at the half. At the half, Edgerton 22, Fairview 7. In the second quarter, Eden over Montpelier 21-6. Second quarter, Antwerp 23, Wayne Trace 14. It's Salina over Ottawa Glandorf 21-17 at the half. Pandora Gilboa over Van Buren. That score is 21-0 at the half. It is Lipstick over Hopewell Loudon 21-7. That game is at halftime. Trying to pull a Defiance score, and my not cooperating here. So why don't you read the sponsors if you would, and I will get this going.
That's right. The sponsors are a newcomer for us here at the Golden Bear Sports Network, Schaefer, Spangler, and Breininger. Also, AmeriMade Realty, American Family Insurance, Starks Heating and Cooling, Bryan Parks and Rec, and Andres O'Neill and Lowe, Bryan Ford, Northwest State Community College, Suburban Auto, Krill Funeral Home and Cremation, Bryan Athletic Boosters, BMU High Speed Internet, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home, Jason Deach Collision, Veteran Service of Williams County, and OSHP PSA.
Yeah, the Iowa State Highway Patrol. I want to thank also Ayersville found some scores. Tenor over Ayersville 7-6 at the half. Paulding over Bluffton 21-10. Hicksville over Holgate 51-0. The Aces flying.
My goodness.
Yeah, it is Defiance over Bath 21-7 at the half. Columbus Grove over Crestview 26-6, and we have no score reported for Stryker Northwood yet. And there's the halftime scores here at our game. It's 7-0 at the half.
Brian's probably lucky they don't have to play Hicksville this season. That may be different next season. We'll have to just wait and see.
Yeah.
But anyway, well, actually, probably not. They've got Woodward and
Fairview
on their schedule like they did this year, and I don't think the rivalry with Van Wert's going anywhere.
No, I don't think so.
Well, Bryan's going to get the ball to start this third quarter. They lead at 7-0, and while they've had trouble establishing the running game, this defense of Bryan has played brilliantly.
Yeah, they really have. They've only given up 37 yards passing. They've given up a total of, total yards of only 78. So, yeah, they've played pretty well tonight.
Looks like it's going to be Connor Arthur and Austin Dean back to return this punt for the Golden Bears. It's going to be number 63, Matt Gonzalez, doing the kicking for the Indians. Of course, if I'm not mistaken, Patrick Henry was given Archbold a pretty good game in one of our league games.
Yep.
Patrick Henry's just 1-3 on the season. Fielded at the 20-yard line and a chance at good field position. Austin Dean runs into his own blocker, but has room on the outside. Down the sideline and a block in front. He may go! Touchdown on the kickoff!
Wow!
80 yards! Austin Dean!
And I don't see any flags. You always look back for the laundry, and I don't see any at all.
Talk about a hot start to the second half.
Wow.
There were a couple of players pursuing him, but Dean looked like he had the angle, and clearly he did. And it's going to be right off the bat. Up some big plays the last couple of weeks. I guess you could say it was only a matter of time before one of those big plays came in special teams. The extra point good, and in no time at all, it is 14-0.
Wow.
In favor of the Golden Bears. We will take a quick break and come back for the next kickoff on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
You don't always see them, and they don't always see you. That's the time to call Jason Deach Collisions and Customs in Edgerton. Many of today's vehicles feature very durable and lightweight aluminum construction, and we are proud to be one of the few shops in the area with the proper tools and certified technicians to bring that aluminum beauty back to life. Jason Deach Collisions and Customs on State Route 6 on the east side of Edgerton.
Kicker.
Back here on the Golden Bears Sports Network, 14-0 Golden Bears with the lead. Austin Dean with an 80-yard kickoff return to open the second half.
Wow, that was unbelievable.
Talk about starting the second half with a bang. And, but, you know, we saw a couple of big plays for touchdowns last week from the Golden Bears. It was just a matter of time before one of those big plays came on special teams.
Absolutely, and it was well blocked. Dean took it at the 20. He ran into his own 5-yard line, able to bounce off to the right side. A couple of Bears in pursuit. I think Dom James made that last block to really give him the open way to the end zone.
Bryson Andrews to kick it away for the Golden Bears. And a low line drive kick. It's going to be muffed and goes into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. It was never fully possessed by Xavier Torres.
Well, right through his hands, though.
Went right through his hands. It's only a touchback because he never had possession.
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of rolled between his legs. Right between, so, yeah.
It's going to start from the 20-yard line. This will be Wauseon's first possession of the second half. And, well, they got behind the sticks on their last couple of possessions, and Bears were able to get stops when that happened. But this is a Wauseon team that their numbers in the passing game are not eye-popping on the season, but the last 2 weeks, their passing numbers have been way down in the single digits.
4 of 11 for 37 yards tonight.
That was nearly offsides, and now we're going to get a flag. And it looks like it was offsides. I think that was Keegan Brown. It was indeed. So 1st and 5 from the 25-yard line. 3 wide receivers on the field, and now Torres goes in motion. He'll take the handoff. Nope, I believe it was Penrod keeping it. He's going to have what appears to be enough for the first down.
Yeah, Penrod kept that one. And he did get the first down. Well, they gave him all the way. I guess they gave him to the 30.
Yeah, that was where he needed to get for the first down on that last play.
First, it looked like they gave him on the 31, but
well, Garrett Smith splits to the near side, and Penrod's going to keep again. And a good carry on first down. He gets it out to about the 35. And a Bryan player lost his helmet. I think that was Brown. He's going to have to come off for a play.
He lost his helmet earlier in the game, too.
I believe it was either last week or 2 weeks ago, we saw a helmet go flying about 20 yards off a Golden Bear player's head. That's the first time I've ever seen anything like that.
Second down, the ball.
Second down and 5 as Wauseon tries to answer. And a toss to the outside, bit of a late toss. And down the sideline goes Garrett Smith. And he gets it into Bryan territory. Little misdirection that caught the Golden Bears off guard.
Yeah, it really did. There was a player coming around the other end, and the Bears all kind of followed him. All the way down to the 48-yard line, so a big pickup of 17 yards.
Well, Austin Dean returned the kickoff 80 yards to open the second half, but Wauseon seems to have a drive going. Smith motions. And this time they'll hand it off straight ahead, but not much doing there for Joey Shima. Might have gotten a yard. Dom James and Alex Potvin in on that tackle. Looked like Harold was in on it as well, and it's going to be second down and 9. Shima shifts over. And the toss to the outside. This is Torres, pursued well and down in the backfield. Nate Miller.
Nice job by Miller to make the tackle. He didn't let go. He had Torres by the arm and just threw him to the ground, and that just shows how powerful of a body he has.
This is going to be third down and long. Indians not nearly as behind the sticks as they were on the last couple of possessions of the first half. But 3rd and 12 coming up. Penrod to throw. To the sideline, that is complete, but had to backtrack that time. I think that was, and actually I want to correct myself, that was Cody Fulgi in a quarterback. Xavier Torres made the catch. So it'll be interesting to see what the reason for the change at quarterback was.
Yeah.
But a punt coming as Austin Dean sits back to return a punt. Angled it. And Dean's going to pick it up. That was a risky play. And he's dropped back at the 12-yard line. Well, he wasn't inside his own 5-yard line, and that ball looked like it was going to roll dead or be down deep in his own territory. So Dean probably made a good decision trying to pick it up, but he nearly turned that thing over. So 1st and 10, and the Golden Bears backed up deep in their own territory. And again, Penrod came out earlier on the last drive. He started the half at quarterback.
And he plays defense, so I'm trying to see if I see him out there, and I don't.
Yeah, I don't see him either. But the Bears are going to empty the backfield. They'll drop back in zone coverage will the Indians. And a flag comes in, and this is going to move the Golden Bears back, it would appear. And it's a false start. So 1st and 10 will turn into 1st and 15 from the 7-yard line. Well, we're told that Connor Penrod actually hurt his ankle.
Oh, okay.
So he may not be returning for the rest of the night. Empty backfield again on 1st and 15. Miller looking for the quick hitter. He's got it complete. Out across the 15-yard line to Bryson Andrews. Looked like he got about 8 yards, maybe 9 yards on the pass play. A good bounce back after the penalty.
They got it marked at the 17, don't they? That's a 10-yard pickup.
I think you're right. Yeah, they do have it at the 17. 5 wide receivers on the field. Miller looking to throw again. And a little beyond the reach of Andrews this time. Looked like it would have been 3rd and short, but instead 3rd and 6 coming up as it's marked. Well, it looks more like 3rd and 5, though. But the Golden Bears try to move the chains here. This is their first official possession offensively of the second half. Miller will pull it down. Very little hesitation, and he's going to go down well short of the line to gain. Needed another 3 yards to get there, and it's going to be 4th down. Now, Wauseon right now with a chance to play field position. They stand to get some really good field position out of this punt.
Miller went to the right side. He had a wide open hole on the left side, and he just kind of ran into the Wauseon defender, so just didn't hit the hole.
7.5 to go here in this 3rd quarter, and Fire Ovid has it fielded at the 48-yard line, and a flag comes in. That was Noah Tester.
I think that's going to be a penalty on number 43 for Wauseon.
That's Isaac Wilson. Flag was thrown at about the 47-yard line.
Block in the back.
Team number 43 during the return. Take 1st down.
So that's going to back up Wauseon. They'll not have as good field position as they would have hoped. Although I don't think they're too disappointed starting at the 37-yard line.
No.
Well, again, Connor Penrod had an ankle injury. My guess is he may not come back in the rest of this game. Cody Fulgi came in at quarterback, and he's still in. Fake the handoff, and Fulgi will keep it, but Dom James right on him for the tackle. Beg your pardon, it's Figgy. It's F-I-G-Y, not F-L. It's a gain of 2, make it 2nd down and 8. And Penrod is coming back onto the field, so apparently that ankle injury is not too serious. He'll take the snap, rolling to his left, pressure from behind. Now he's going to take off, but down and he loses the ball. And the Bears have it. Noah Tressler falls on top of it. There were a couple of Bears who were in on the sack. If I'm not mistaken, I think Titus Rower was in on that tackle. But either way, the Bears will take over with excellent field position at the Wauseon 35.
I didn't see who recovered that ball. Was that
it was Tressler.
Tressler? All right.
Noah Tressler, a 5'8" junior.
We'll take it.
And the Bears will empty the backfield here on this first down play. Miller looking for the screen, throws it late, and I believe that's Fire-Ovid making the catch. He is spun down, and a flag comes down. We may get a horse collar tackle.
That's what I was going to say. I'll have to wait and listen to what they say.
Down by number 18.
Oh, they're calling it on Bryan.
20.
Let's see what.
20.
That's Bryson Andrews. I think they were going to call a hold there.
Let's see who they're going to call it on.
Offense, number 20. 10-yard penalty.
Holding on
Still
Bryson
first
Andrews.
down.
Just when it looked like the Golden Bears were going to
Moves
have
the
a
ball
first
back
down
to the Wauseon.
via penalty, they get backed up by the penalty. 1st and 20. Actually, I believe it's more like 1st and 17. Spotted from the spot of the foul, and Miller gets away from the pressure, still in trouble, and this time he goes down. That was number 63 for Wauseon. That's Matt Gonzalez. That's a loss of a couple of yards. Make it 2nd down and 18. Well, great field position to start this drive for the Golden Bears, but they've gone backwards with the penalty and the sack since getting that great field position. This half started with a bang with the Austin Dean kickoff return for a touchdown from 80 yards out. Empty backfield again. Miller pulling it down, gets it away to the sideline, and a flag comes in. We'll see if they rule this a catch or incomplete. The flag was thrown in the backfield. They're going to say it's a completed catch, but it is coming back.
Wow.
A hold called on the Golden Bears. See who they call it on. This is going to be a big down and distance.
Offense, number 72. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
So
Takes it
it's
all the
still
way.
2nd down. This is going to be 2nd down at 30. I don't know if you ever played this EA Sports game, but growing up I used to play a game called NFL Blitz. The down and distance was always 30 yards. It was always 1st and 30 instead of 1st and 10. Empty backfield again. Miller running out of time. Gets it away. Got it complete to Titus Rower. And gets a lot of that yardage back. That is a huge completion. Check that. It's Connor Arthur, number 13. And he's a little hobbly.
And Nate Miller took a gigantic hit as well.
Miller seems to be okay, but Arthur's going to come off the field.
Well, he got some of it back. He got 19 of it back, in fact.
So still 3rd and 11 coming up. And Titus Rower will check into the game. And they'll split him out wide to the left. Snap to Miller. Has time. Looking for a downfield pass. Instead goes with a short route. And I thought Andrews was being held there.
Well, we have learned that we're not exactly sure what constitutes holding anymore during this game.
And it's going to be a punt situation coming up for Bryan. And although I wonder, it's 4th and 11.
Yep.
But they are at the 36-yard line of Wauseon. It looks like they are going to go for it.
I mean, if you punt it and you get it in the end zone, it's a net, 16-yard punt, so it makes sense.
Miller to throw. Going downfield. Got the one-on-one matchup, and that's well beyond the reach of Titus Rower.
And
he would have only caught that out of bounds. And a turnover on downs. That's the 3rd time that's happened as far as Bryan is concerned. Wauseon has turned it over on downs once, but they've also turned it over via fumble and an interception. Wauseon will take over at the 36-yard line. don't believe Bryan has picked up a first down in this second half. That was a long possession that was essentially a 3 and out.
They did not have a first down, nope. Bryan's got a timeout. They didn't have the right personnel in.
Well, we'll take a timeout with them. You're watching high school football on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
Here at the Williams County Veteran Service Office, our mission is plain and simple. We are here to serve our local Williams County veterans and their dependents. We are staffed with trained service officers who have the compassion and understanding to assist their fellow veterans in obtaining all federal and state benefits that they have earned. Additionally, we provide emergency financial assistance and transportation to VA medical centers. So if you're a veteran or a dependent of a veteran, stop in today and see how we can help you at the Williams County Veteran Service Office.
Well, this second half started out with a bang, with Austin Dean returning the opening kickoff 80 yards, but offensively, Bryan has not converted a first down. Wauseon was able to move their first possession into Bryan territory, and Bryan fortunately able to force a turnover on the following possession. They lead at 14-0 on your main stop scoreboard, and it's going to be pretty good starting field position for the Indians. And that's Connor Penrod back in the game. He went out briefly with an ankle injury, giving way to Cody Fiji. But Penrod back in the game. And he'll hand it off straight ahead to Shima, finds room on the outside, picks up the first down and more, and gets tripped up inside Bryan territory. Austin Dean with an apparent touchdown-saving tackle. But a big play on first down, and Wauseon seems to have something cooking again.
It was a 20-yard pickup by Shima.
Twin wide receivers to the far side. They will motion Smith.
Same
and
play.
It's Shima again, and he goes, still on his feet. Another first down. He comes up a little bit short of the 30-yard line, but Wauseon continues to move the ball. We're getting very late in the third quarter. And again, Bryan has not really been able to move the football most of this second half. Their only touchdown coming via special teams. Right now, Wauseon trying to wear down that Bryan defense. They motion Smith, and it's Penrod keeping it. He picks up about 2. Matt Harold in on the tackle. Matt Harold's having himself a pretty good season.
Yes,
he's a senior. 6'3", plays mostly defensive end, but he's also listed as a tight end. Clock continues to move with 3:20 to play on your main stop scoreboard. Well, they motion Torres to the backfield, and he'll motion back out into the slot. And now a whistle blows, and I think Wauseon is going to burn a timeout. They were about to get charged with delay of game. Well, in the meantime, we'll take a timeout right with them. You're watching high school football on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
They say there is strength in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bears student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, are raising a BHS athlete, or just love supporting our Bryan High School athlete, this is your chance to be part of the BHS sporting community. Talk to any board member today on how easy it is to join, or contact us at 419-636-4536.
Back here at Bryan High School, Bryan leads at 14-0 on your main stop scoreboard. 3:03 to go in this third quarter. And Wauseon driving to try and make this a one-score game. They'll motion Smith again, and Shima gets the handoff off the left side, and not much doing this time. He is smacked down. And I believe that was Austin Dean who made the tackle. Check that, Alex Potvin. But it's
9 and 6 look similar when you look at them quick, don't they?
Yeah, the only difference is I believe Potvin is a linebacker and Dean's a defensive back. But it's going to be 3rd down and 7. And this is a Wauseon team. Remember, their head coach, Travis Cooper, is not going to be available either this week or next week. And yet they're still very well in this game. Penrod keeps, and not much. He might have gotten a yard, if that. Titus Rohrer was in the backfield.
Nope, no gain.
Keegan Brown in on the tackle as well. And this is 4th down and 6. And I would imagine that the Indians are probably going to go for it. Deep in Bryan territory. 2-score game, 3rd quarter. Yep, they're going for it.
Tell you what, Xavier Torres on the last play carried out a really nice fake.
Well, they got Shima in the backfield again. Smith will motion. Option, they toss it. Smith looking to pass. Has a man in the end zone. And the catch appears to be made. Touchdown!
Wow.
Couldn't see who caught that. I think that's number 12, Noah Tester. And it was a tight window.
Wow.
On 4th and 7, the gamble pays off.
That is crazy.
There's been a lot going on in this game.
There has been.
Extra point pending. Kind of a short kick, but it's good. Not very long, but just long enough.
Gonzalez makes it. Yeah, wow. Minute 40 to play 3rd quarter, and we got ourselves a ball game.
14-7. We'll be right back in just a moment. You're watching the Golden Bear Sports Network.
BMU high-speed internet is now cheaper than ever. Now just $30 a month. That's $100 a year in savings. Get it with BMU extended basic cable for all your sports, movies, and reality shows. Plus local programming, including high school sports and community events. Not to mention a local help desk and support team for when you need them. Now for the fine print. We don't have any. No contracts or hidden fees. Call BMU today at 419-633-6100 or visit us on the web at cityofbryan.net.
Well, we got a ball game, folks. Bryan leading 14-7 over Wauseon. The wide receiver pass, Garrett Smith throwing the touchdown to Noah Tester on a 4th down play, making it 14-7, and that's after the Golden Bears started the second half with an 80-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by Austin Dean. But Bryan has not converted a 1st down in this second half. They've had the ball twice. And the way Wauseon was moving the football, you know, you got the sense that maybe Wauseon was starting to establish some momentum.
Yeah, they really did move the football well. A couple of good runs by Shima, who's getting ready to kick off. And Liberty Center up over Delta 34-0 in the 3rd quarter. It's Evergreen beating Swanton 19-14, and Patrick Henry still on top of Archbold 20-14.
I believe Liberty Center's still undefeated.
Yes, they are. They were picked to win the league this year.
They'll come to Bryan. That'll be a few weeks away, but they'll come to Bryan, I believe, on homecoming night. And a squid kick. It's bobbled and fallen on top of, I think that was Rohrer. Nope, it's Fire Ovid. I think it was an attempted onside kick, but
they were trying to get the Bears sleeping.
Yeah, Fire Ovid was it was kicked right in his direction.
And he kind of hit him in the hands, and he was like, "Oh, I better fall on this sucker."
Well, it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line for the Golden Bears. And again, they have not moved the chains even once in this second half. They do have a 19-yard pass play, but keep in mind that was on 2nd and 30. Miller looking for the screen, chooses against it, and now he's not going to get it off. He got slammed to the ground. Isaac Wilson, a sophomore linebacker, laying the wood on Nate Miller.
That was not a good decision by Miller. He had his receivers covered, and he was waiting too long to make a decision. At that point, you either got to throw it away or you got to take off and run.
This is going to be 2nd down and 16, actually.
Yep.
Bears started with good field position, but they've already moved backwards one play in. 4-man rush. This time a quick release to the sideline. That's complete to Connor Arthur. Trying to make well sure that he covers that football. It is a positive game, but still a long way to go here on this 3rd down. And we may have time for just one more play in this third quarter.
There's only a pickup of 2 yards on that play.
Third down and about 14 needed for the first down. They'll keep the backfield empty. Miller to throw. Downfield, tipped, incomplete. That was well underthrown. And I think it was Jack Shima, a sophomore defensive lineman, who tipped it in the air. It was looking for Bryson Andrews, but the Bears will have to punt, and it's another 3 and out in the second half.
Yeah, the Bears offense has not gotten going in the second half. They're only ahead by 7 based on the opening kickoff return, and the offense has not been able to do anything. Or is it defensive adjustments on Wauseon's part?
And now can the defense make the stop? This defense possibly tired after that last possession. It's fielded at about the 24-yard line. There's a flag down. Return to about the 45-yard line. Noah Tester on the return. But the flag will likely bring it back.
Be Wauseon.
Wait for the call from the referee, but it looks like it is coming back.
Illegal block in the back on the return team, number 14, during the return. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Well, that's Cody Figge, who had played a little bit of quarterback after Connor Penrod went out with that ankle injury, and now the Bryan defense needs to make a stop here. They gave up the touchdown on the last drive in a one-score game, and you do wonder if this defense may be starting to wear down.
Yeah, too much time on the field, but that penalty took it back in to the 19-yard line.
This will likely be the final play of the third quarter. Handoff goes straight ahead to Shima, and that does not look like fatigue at all. Stopped at the line, and Shima's still fighting, but Bryson Andrews able to get him down. And that takes us to the end of the third quarter. Be back for the start of the fourth in just a matter of moments. 14-7, Bryan leads on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
There comes a time when every family is faced with the difficult choice of aftercare for a family companion. In the past, your choices were limited to burial or cremation. Now there's a better option, Aquamation. It's a gentle, more responsible alternative that allows you to honor the loss of your companion without harming the environment. Aquamation is a simple process similar to Mother Nature's own that allows the family to retain more of their companion's remains. To find out more, call or stop by Creel Funeral Service today.
They say there is strength in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bear student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, are raising a BHS athlete, or just love supporting our Bryan High School athlete, this is your chance to be part of the BHS sporting community. Talk to any board member today on how easy it is to join, or contact us at 419-636-4536.
Welcome back to Bryan High School in this edition of high school football on the Golden Bears Sports Network. 14-7 Bryan leads on your main stop scoreboard. But their defense has been on the field a long time this second half. Can they make the adjustments?
As you mentioned, there's no first downs for the Bears.
Penrod flushed, gets it away, and it appears that, nope, they're ruling it incomplete. That was Noah Tester who went down to get it. But it skip-hopped into his hands, and it's 3rd and 10. Well, I was wondering moments ago if this Bryan defense might show signs of fatigue. So far, that has not been the case. And a big stop on the first play of this drive. Penrod to throw. Has time, running out of time.
There should be another block in the back.
Pass downfield is incomplete, a little bit beyond the reach of Tester. Matt Harold went down, and there is a flag down.
Is there a flag?
Yeah, there is a flag on the field. He was either held or blocked in the back.
I don't even see the flag.
Well, it's going to be 4th down. So I think the Drakes, or excuse me, there I go again. The Bears will decline the penalty and force the punt. Austin Dean back to return the punt. Get a little bit of pressure, but no block. And Dean will let that one go, and he's eventually going to pick it up. That's kind of a risky decision. And Dean trying to stretch it to the outside. And he's going to go out of bounds just across the 20-yard line. And I tell you what, he was awful close to touching that ball as it went over his shoulder.
Yeah, he was really close.
That might be the reason he chased that down. But, you know, Austin Dean, I don't know for sure, but Coach Redhead might have some words for him after not only that, but also nearly muffing a punt earlier in this second half.
But then I look at him and I say, Coach, how about that touchdown?
He'll definitely have that to brag about. It's pure speculation on my part. 11:28 to go in this game. We could possibly see overtime. They got Alex Potvin lining up next to Miller along with Dom James. They've had an empty backfield for most of the second half. Miller will pull it down. Quick decision, and a good decision as it turns out. Got about 8, maybe 9. That's probably been the best first down play of the game for the Golden Bears.
Yeah, it really was, and I think they're bringing an extra guy in to kind of just give Nate Miller some breathing room, because Wauseon's been swarming him this entire second half.
They call it an 8-yard gain, so second down and 2. It's the same two guys in the backfield next to Miller, James and Potvin. And the handoff will go to Potvin, and he's dropped in the backfield. That's Potvin's first carry of the game.
Ball carrier was number 9, Alex Potvin.
I think they may have been trying to throw the Indians off guard, but it did not work.
They actually lost a yard on that.
Going to be third down and 3. And again, this is a Bears team that has not converted on has not picked up a first down in this second half. They've not been 3 and out all game, but in the second half, they have not moved the chains. Try to change that here. And they need to. Miller looking for the quick hitter, running out of time, and it's caught! Austin Dean!
No, actually, Dean was on the short route.
Oh, you're right.
I think that went to Fire-Ovid.
Adam Fire-Ovid is, I believe that's his first catch of the game. But a big play. The Bears absolutely needed to convert that, if nothing else, just to give their defense some time to rest.
Absolutely. It was a big pickup of 11, and, you know, he had Dean on the short route, too, and the Dean was past the first down marker, so we had options that time.
Hand off to Potvin again, and this time it's a positive gain. Seldom used in the running game, but Potvin picks up 3 there. So second down and 7 coming up for the Golden Bears, as they try to establish a little bit of momentum. And right now, the good thing is they give their defense a little bit of chance to rest after picking up that first down. And they'll hand it off to James on a counter play, and he's going to lose yardage. Lost about 2 on the play, back to about the 39-yard line. Joey Shima there on the tackle, senior linebacker and running back. Been used frequently in the Wauseon ground game. Clock continues to move. Each team has 2 timeouts remaining here in this second half.
Bears really need another first down here. They need to get the defense a little bit more rest. They've been on the field a whole lot this second half.
This is 3rd and 9. They converted on 3rd and 3 moments ago. Miller to throw. Quick release, caught. Connor Arthur.
He ran to the sticks and caught the ball.
Make sure you get the first down. That's the first order of business, and he did. 6 plays on this drive so far and 2 third down conversions. And Nate Miller showing a lot of poise on this drive.
I think that extra blocker has really helped. It's really picked up the blitz with that extra blocker.
It has, and for the most part, Wauseon, they've been sending 4 guys, but they've been getting good pressure without that extra blocker. This time it looks like James will line up. Nope, that's Miller lining up under center. And the handoff goes to Potvin, and another very short gain. Make sure you protect that football sign. I think he was already down, but he was holding the football away from his body. That's dangerous.
Yeah. They got 2 on it. Again, that clock keeps churning.
It's definitely what the Bears want at this point. Well, they want the clock to churn, but I think they'd also like to get some points to widen the margin. Fell to Wauseon last year, 48-14. Second down and 8. They'll set up the screen, and that's Dean, not much. Maybe got a yard, if that. And it's 3rd and long. Another 3rd down coming up.
He got back, he got a yard.
The Bears have given their defense a chance to rest, but I think right now they're looking to not only milk some time off this clock, but also widen the lead a little bit.
It's Bryan High School football on the Golden Bears Sports Network, BMU Channel 3, BryanSports.com, and WQCT Bryan.
They'll empty the backfield on 3rd and 8. Miller to the sideline, complete, but this time it's going to be short. Connor Arthur again, but now the Bears are on the plus side of the field. They got 4th and 1. I can't help but wonder if they might try to go for it.
I definitely would.
Clock continues to move. Their defense would appreciate the extra rest. So far, 9 plays on this drive so far, with play number 10 to ensue. There's 10 seconds on the play clock. Now down to 5. Miller under center. He's going to sneak it. Extra push. He got it.
The whole pile collapsed, and he was somehow on the left side of the pile.
And right now, I think there's a discussion with some of the officials. They may be questioning the spot here. I thought he got it.
I thought he got it too. Maybe they said he was down before he made it.
Now they're signaling 1st down. Got it by a nose at least. Nose of the football is just enough to get the 1st down, so a huge play.
The Wauseon coaching staff wants a measurement.
So they'll bring out the chains. It looks like he's probably still going to have it by just the nose of the football.
Well, when he got down with the ball was extended to the 40. They gave him the spot of the 41, though.
Well, they'll stretch it out, and he's short. He didn't get it. Wauseon takes over.
I think that's a bad spot originally. Like I said, he extended the ball over the 40.
Now, I'm not sure where his knee would have gone down or any other part of his body.
And I think Redhead wants an explanation. He said he's motioning it was over the 40. He's exactly right.
He reached it as he was going down.
Man, that's not a good play. Good call.
I definitely thought he got it.
I thought so too.
It's a 10-play drive, so gives the defense a chance to rest a little bit, although most of those defensive players play both offense and defense. And this is Penrod keeping, and a short gain for him, picks up about 3. And they're going to mark this just short of the 45-yard line. Five and a half minutes to go. This is 2nd down and 6. Plenty of time for Wauseon to take it down the field and score. And Torres with a positive gain, but he's pushed back. Keegan Brown in there to finish it off for the Golden Bears.
Wow, if they're gonna, wow.
Spotting it off to about the 48-yard line.
You thought he got 7 on that play?
Not on that play. In the last 2 plays, I think he got 7 yards, but
wow.
I think this is going to be marked as 3rd and 3. And the Golden Bear defense needs to make a stop here. The toss to the outside. This is Smith, gets to the edge, and appears to have the first down. Bryson Andrews with the tackle, and again, I say he appears to, and now they're moving the chains. He's got it. It wouldn't be the first time we would have had a close call. 4.5 minutes to go, plenty of time, and Wauseon in very little hurry.
Bears need a turnover right here. Big negative play.
Fake the handoff, Penrod to throw. A little bit of pressure, gets it away, and has a man, appears to have the catch, and he does. Wow. That's a first down.
That's crazy.
I believe that was number 24, Sean Brock. And the clock will stop with 4:04 to go on the play out of bounds. Now the clock is running again. That was about as close he could be to the sidelines.
Yes, it was.
Blitz shown. Penrod in trouble, gets it away, and finds a man. How did he find Joey Shima? That went through the hands of, I think, Titus Rower, and somehow found Joey Shima. I don't know how that happened.
Again, it's these quarterbacks with great vision to see where the receivers are. We've seen it on Nate Miller's side as well.
Less than 4 minutes to play in regulation. Could we see overtime here at Bryan High School? Blitz, Penrod with time, flushed. Now will take off, and he's tripped up as he crosses the 20-yard line. And Wauseon now inside the red zone. Dom James in on the tackle.
Looks like he got right to the 20.
Wauseon's only touchdown of the game was on a 4th and 7 and a wide receiver pass, with Garrett Smith hitting Noah Tester. Blitz shown, blitz comes. Good protection though. Penrod gets it away. It is caught.
Oh, he's bobbling on the way out too. Boy, he was really bobbling as he went out of bounds.
Noah Tester, they give him the catch, and it's 1st and goal. We'll call it a bad call on the last possession if you want to, but Bryan needs to make a stop here.
Yeah,
now they'll probably have, they'll have time, you would think, depending on how methodically Wauseon goes, but they may have time if Wauseon gets the touchdown. Blitz comes, they'll fake the handoff. Penrod to the end zone, too high. Logan Clemens had the coverage on Sean Brock. 2nd and goal. I believe this is the 2nd time that either team has had a goal-to-go situation. Bryan had one just before the end of the first half. Bryan had a 10-play drive that looked like it was going to be extended, but the ball was spotted just inches short on 4th and 1. Penrod takes the snap, he'll keep it. Battling his way forward, gets inside the 5, and the clock will continue to move. And I wonder if Redhead might think about taking a timeout here.
They're marking it about the 6.
And now whistles. Nope, they just got the play set. They're not stopping anything. Coming up on 2 minutes to play. 3rd and goal. And now we will get a timeout taken by the Golden Bears with 2:04 to play.
Probably a smart timeout right there.
A 3rd down coming up. Golden Bears only have one timeout left. We'll take a timeout with them. You're watching high school football on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
For over 40 years, Bryan, Ohio has been home to the only import vehicle repair specialist in Northwest Ohio, Suburban Auto. Whether it's an Asian or European vehicle, Suburban has the knowledge and experience to keep your import or domestic car running strong. Do you have a hybrid vehicle that's acting up? Suburban is your one-stop hybrid repair shop. Don't be fooled by the one-size-fits-all repair shops. There is no substitute for experience. Come see the import.
Well, the reason that Grant Redhead called that timeout, I believe, was because if Wauseon gets the touchdown here, he wants Bryan to have time to get down the field and at least set up for a game-winning field goal or a manageable pass to the end zone.
Yeah, and the defense could come up really big with a stop here.
4-down territory for the Indians. Penrod rolls left, pressured from behind, protected, knocked down. Connor Arthur with a play on the ball.
And the Wauseon receiver wanted pass interference, and it was not pass interference, as that was totally tipped in the air by Arthur.
4th and goal with 1:57 to go. Now Wauseon does have 2 timeouts left, so if they don't get this, it may not necessarily be ball game. Penrod rolls left, in trouble, throws back the other way, incomplete, no one was ready for it. And the Golden Bears dodge one.
Yes, they do. Wow.
Adam Queen, well, he's just as fired up, I think, as the rest of his teammates are. 1:52 to go. Now, not necessarily over yet. Bryan won't be using any of their timeouts here, but Wauseon still has 2 of them left.
Actually, they have 1. The scoreboard shows 1. I think they may have just called 1, or maybe not. The scoreboard only shows 1. We show 2.
They may have called 1 earlier.
Yeah, I think they may have called 1.
And it looks like they're going to have Nate Miller come up and take a knee, which would force Wauseon to use that timeout. Nope, he's going to hand it off.
Oh.
And Dom James gets the angle. Out across the 20, easily enough for the first down. Not a bad call.
Absolutely a good call. Everybody was looking for a quarterback sneak up the center, and all the way up to the 24-yard line goes Dom James. Pickup of 18.
Clock stops on the play out of bounds, but Wauseon still has that 1 timeout left. So I don't imagine that Miller will come up and take a knee here. Now he's going to operate out of the shotgun. And Miller's going to keep this one all the way. He gets room to the outside, breaks a tackle, and out to the 35-yard line.
He's in bounds.
Yeah, it looked like he did stay in bounds the whole time.
They're going to stay out of bounds. Oh, no, they called. I think Wauseon called their timeout.
Either that or they just stopped the clock because of the first down.
Yeah. Out to the 35.
Timeout still shows, or scoreboard still shows 1 timeout for Wauseon. Clock should start with the change reset. I thought he stayed in bounds the whole time.
Guess not.
Again, Wauseon still has that timeout, so won't be taking a knee here. And James is met in the backfield and driven back. All he has to do is make sure he holds onto the football.
Absolutely.
And now Wauseon will burn that 3rd and final timeout.
He only had a loss of 1 on the play. They shoved him back, but they gave him good forward progress.
So a minute 23 to go, and well, now Wauseon cannot stop the clock. But it's 2nd down, so I'm not sure if Bryan will come out and kneel the ball just yet. But that was a huge stop on 4th down. Now, there wasn't anybody looking for the football on that pass play, so technically the Golden Bears did dodge one, but they'll take the stop.
Yeah, they will. And, you know, the reason the ball got thrown early is because the Bryan defenders were bearing down on the quarterback, and Penrod just threw it to get rid of it. he kind of heaved it to the end zone, and it harmlessly fell in the end zone. The closest receivers he had was about the 5 or the 4 yard line, so it went right over everybody's head. I just think that play was supposed to develop a little slower, and the receivers weren't to their routes yet, and he threw it quickly because he was going to get tackled.
Yeah, I believe both defensive ends got good pressure, Grower and Matt Harrell. Matt Harrell's had a pretty good game tonight defensively.
Yes. Yep.
I'm not sure if he's the defensive player of the game, but he's had a solid performance. This is 2nd down and 11, and the Bears will not be taking a knee just yet with 1:23 left on the clock. Miller's going to keep this one. Good block, and got a yard, if that.
I think he's going to pick up a yard on the play.
That will allow the clock to continue to move. And this is going to be 3rd down. One more play and possibly a punt, and that should be all that there is left, although, well, depending on how much time is left, there may be one more play for Wauseon. It'd probably have to be a desperation type of play. And whistles blow, and Bryan's going to take their last time out.
Yeah, I think what you want to do there is you want to wind the clock. You're going to take this 3rd down play. If you don't get positive yardage, you're going to sit as much as you can. And then I'll tell you what, if I'm Bryan, I run around the backfield and maybe go out the back of the end zone for a safety to end it up instead of risking a punt return. I don't know. I mean,
I think that is a better choice. I mean, you don't want to have this game go to overtime on a punt return with a bunch of laterals.
Yeah, you really don't. And you know, you can it's 3rd down, so you got 45 seconds here. If you snap the ball and move forward, and you know that gets you down to 40 seconds. You can run 25 seconds off. That gets you down to 15 seconds. You know. The key is you got to run around before you run on the back of the end zone, because otherwise, if you give them the safety with time on the clock,
they get the ball
back. So, and you've just given them 2 points. But that's probably the direction I would go. But anything could happen there. I mean, in that pursuit running around, you could drop the ball and fumble, you know, and they could fall on it for a touchdown. So we've seen a lot of weird stuff happen at the end of the games.
Well, this is 3rd and 10 for the Golden Bears.
Just go get the 1st down.
Handoff is to James. He's pursued in the backfield and only picks up a couple. Wauseon can't stop the clock, but the Bears can run this clock down to
10 seconds.
Probably about 10 seconds for the game.
Actually, 5 seconds. It hasn't wound yet. Yeah, they don't have, well.
Now it starts to wind, and they'll probably run it down to, I don't know, 3 or 4 seconds maybe before they snap it. Right now the play clock shows 10. Down to 5-4.
They'll take the delay of game and snap it and run out the back of the end zone.
Yeah, the Bears didn't have a timeout left.
Well, they did have a timeout left.
I think they already used it.
Well, they just signaled timeout, though. So I think the timeouts were wrong on the scoreboard. I only remember Bryan using 1.
Well, you might be right. Yeah, 4 seconds to go anyway, and yeah, as you mentioned, that Bryan's probably just going to snap it and run around and run the time off the clock. Only 4 seconds left, and don't know how much of a rush we're going to get from Wauseon, because then there's the risk of, if Bryan does punt, which they probably won't, there's the risk of roughing the punter, which would end the game right away.
Right, exactly.
Well, the Golden Bears, they started the second half great with the kick return for a touchdown by Austin Dean. But after that, struggled to move the football offensively. So, I mean,
they only
unless something miraculous happens here in the next 4.1 seconds, the Golden Bears will take the W.
They only had 4 first downs the entire half, and most of them came on that last drive.
Which had a very controversial ending.
Exactly.
Well, right now the play clock is running, and they're going to have the offense on the field, so I think Miller's just going to run around for a little bit and run out these last 4.1 seconds. He'll take the snap, roll to his right, trying to avoid the tackle, stays up, and now he can go down.
And that'll end it.
The Golden Bears survive. 14-7, they beat Wauseon to go to 4-1 on the season.
There you go. Wow, it was an exciting one.
I think a little closer than the Golden Bear faithful would have wanted, but they'll take the W.
Absolutely, they will. And so, yeah, that's great. Why don't we take our first break of the post-game show and come back with some final stats and so much more on the Golden Bear Sports Network.
One thing that hasn't changed here at Bryan Ford Lincoln is our commitment to service. It's in everything we do. It's in our mission statement. Our goal is simple: customers for life. Kick back in our newly renovated service lounge or business center. We pick up and deliver throughout the local area at no charge. So the next time you need service on your Ford or competitive make vehicle, come out and see us at Bryan Ford Lincoln and see why we've earned Ford Motor Company's President's Award 7 times running.
The academic advisors at Northwest State are here to help you develop and stick with a great education plan so you can get where you want to go. All roads begin at Northwest State.
The hands-on training and education at Northwest State opens doors for good paying career opportunities with great local manufacturers. That helps me, my family, and my community.
For over 40 years, Bryan, Ohio has been home to the only import vehicle repair specialist in Northwest Ohio, Suburban Auto. Whether it's an Asian or European vehicle, Suburban has the knowledge and experience to keep your import or domestic car running strong. Do you have a hybrid vehicle that's acting up? Suburban is your one-stop hybrid repair shop. Don't be fooled by the one-size-fits-all repair shops. There is no substitute for experience. Come see the import repair pros, Suburban Auto.
As the baby boomer generation tires of traditional send-offs, funerals are becoming increasingly more personalized. People are pre-planning their own remembrance gathering. Pre-planning is easy and will pay off both emotionally and financially for you and your family. Plus allows you more control over your last hurrah. At Krill Funeral Service, we're not just funeral directors. We are experts at helping hearts heal.
Back here at Bryan High School, the Golden Bears defeat the Indians of Wauseon 14-7. Thad Goff along with Chris Malinga, and I believe we've got the final statistics.
Yeah, Wauseon had 14 first downs, 6 passing, 8 rushing. They also had no first downs by penalties. Bryan had 12 first downs, 8 passing, 4 rushing, and only 4 in the second half, which was really a problem of concern. Third down efficiency, Wauseon 3 of 11, Bryan 4 of 15. Wauseon was 1 of 2 on fourth down, Bryan was 2 of 7. Total yards, Wauseon had 215 total yards to Bryan's 221. Passing, the Wauseon Indians, 3 quarterbacks, or 2 quarterbacks and a running back that threw a pass, were 9 of 21 for 100 yards passing. Bryan, Nate Miller was 18 of 33 for 165 yards passing. Wauseon had 115 rushing yards on 36 attempts. Bryan just 56 rushing yards on 32 attempts. Wauseon was penalized 4 times for 40 yards. Bryan 6 times for 45 yards. Wauseon fumbled the ball 3 times, lost it once. They also had an interception. Bryan did not turn the ball over at all. Taking a look at some statistics for Wauseon, Connor Penrod was 7 of 19 for 75 yards passing. His long was 14. Garrett Smith threw that long 27-yard touchdown pass out of the backfield. He was 1 of 1, and Cody Figge came in and was 1 of 1 for -2 yards rushing. Penrod 15 carries for 31 yards. His long was 9. Garrett Smith had 2 carries for 21 yards. 17 was his long. And Joey Shima, 10 carries for 67 yards, and his long was 20 yards. Receiving, Noah Tester caught 4 balls for 59 yards, and his long was a 27-yard touchdown. Sean Brock, 3 receptions for 29 yards. His long was 12. Joey Shima caught 2 balls for 12 yards. His long was 14. Taking a look at the other side, Nate Miller, again, 18 of 33 for 165 yards. His long was a 19-yard pass. Austin Dean had 1 rush for -2 yards. Alex Potvin had 3 for 4 yards. Nate Miller, 15 carries for 20 yards. And Bryson Andrews had 1 carry for 10 yards. Dom James, 12 carries for 24 yards, and none better than that first down carry in the fourth quarter there to get the ball out of the shadow of the own goalposts. Receiving, Adam Firewood caught 2 balls for 24 yards. Austin Dean 3 for 17. Clemens 1. Connor Arthur 5 for 47. Titus Rohr 2 balls for 20. Should have been 3 for for about 40 and a touchdown, but we won't go there. Bryson Andrews caught 4 balls for 49 yards, including a 19-yard ball to go down for a touchdown, and Dom James 1 reception for 8 yards. Drive summaries. Wauseon's drive summaries went like this: first half, interception, turnover on downs, punt, 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 and the end of the quarter. And Bryan's first half drive, turnover on downs, punt, punt, and then the touchdown with 2:36 remaining in the first half. Wauseon in the second half went punt, fumble, touchdown, punt, and turnover on downs. In the second half, Bryan actually didn't really have a drive as much as a touchdown, kickoff return for a touchdown. So they went punt, turnover on downs, punt, turnover on downs, and a game. Your scoring plays were Nate Miller handing off at the 1-yard line from Dominic James to make it 7-0, and then Austin Dean with the 80-yard touchdown return, making it 14-0, and then Connor Penrod pitched to Garrett Smith. Smith threw the touchdown, 27 yards to Noah Tester. Those are your scoring plays.
Well, 14-7 is your final score. We'll have a little more of a recap coming up after this break here on the Golden Bears Sports Network.
They say there is strength in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bears student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, are raising a BHS athlete, or just love supporting our Bryan High School athlete, this is your chance to be part of the BHS sporting community. Talk to any board member today on how easy it is to join, or contact us at 419-636-4536.
Back here at Bryan High School.
I didn't even see that coming back.
Tag off along with Chris Malenga. You know that happens sometimes.
All the time.
But the good news is Bryan comes out a winner, 14-7. Another close game here on their home field, just like a couple of weeks ago against Fairview. Only this time the defense had to hold to the end, and they got the stop on the final offensive play of the game for Wauseon. And a lot of it because of good pressure by Rower and Harold.
Yeah, they did a really good job there. Deep in your shadow, your own end zone, you gotta make a stop. It's 6 yards to go, and boy, just an amazing job by the Golden Bears defense.
And you thought that on that kickoff return by Austin Dean, he returned that 80 yards for a touchdown to start the second half. You thought that maybe that might set the tone for the rest of the second half. Either it sets the tone for the rest of the half, or maybe that's the only points, and they still struggle on offense. And unfortunately, that was the only points that Bryan got in the half, but it was enough to get the W.
Yeah, that was, you're right. Usually that's a big boost for your team, but they came out really listless in the second half. It didn't play particularly well. It took till the fourth quarter to pick up a first down. So, I mean, it was very challenging for the Golden Bears in the second half. And I don't know, I'm assuming that's credit to Wauseon's defense doing a better job. But then Bryan made some changes by bringing in another back to hold, to kind of help out there and protect Nate Miller. And that was really a big change when they did that.
And how about Nate Miller on that fourth down play towards the end of the first half? He hits Bryson Andrews for the first down, sets up first and goal, and 3 plays later, Dom James punches it in for 6.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen that week after week of those big plays. Last week it was Andrews for a big play going this way, and so he's able to find the receivers, and the receivers are doing a great job of getting open. And Nate Miller is probably the best quarterback I've seen, and I've seen a lot of good quarterbacks since I've been doing this, but Nate Miller is really the best at finding the receiver who's covered and threading the ball in there, and he does it better than Austin Schindler did. Schindler was great throwing deep balls, great finding guys in the end zone, great throwing tall balls that guys had to go up and catch, but Nate can really feed it in and thread that needle.
Well, thanks to all of our sponsors for this post-game show, including the likes of Bryan Ford, Northwest State Community College, Suburban Auto, Krill Funeral Home and Crematory, Bryan High School Athletic Boosters, BMU High-Speed Internet, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home, Jason Deach Collision, Veteran Services of Williams County, and also the Ohio State Highway Patrol.
Want to look at some scores before we leave. In the NWOAL, it's Evergreen over Swanton 33-14. That's late third quarter. It is Archbold down to Patrick Henry 28-14. That's the fourth quarter. Montpelier over Eden Eden over Montpelier. Sorry, KB, 28-20. It's Edgerton over Fairview, 62-23. Big score there. Antwerp over down to Wayne Trace, 28-23. It's Hicksville over Holgate, 51-8. Lipsick over Hopewell Loudon, 34-7. It is Liberty Center all over Delta, 51-7. Van Wert over Shawnee, 39-6. It is Pandora Gilboa shutting out Van Buren, 42-zip. Salina over Ottawa Glandorf, 42-24. It is Tenora over Ayersville, 7-6. That is a football score, not a baseball score. And Hilltop over Ottawa Hills, 20-0. Perrysburg over Southview, 21-0. Paulding over Bluffton, 28-17. Columbus Grove over Crestview, 26-20. That's in the fourth quarter. Defiance beats Bath. And how about those Defiance Bulldogs under Coach Kevin Klein, 28-7 over Bath. And that's all she wrote. Want to thank our broadcast crew, our production assistant Chris Bryce, our camera Char Miller, Edna Clark, and Sam Clark. I want to thank the athletic department Moot Grufer and Teresa Kuzbal. Also Matt Neff and Stephanie Ponzak of the BHS art department. You can order your DVD of this or any other game by calling 419-633-6137. Visit us on the web at cityofbryan.com and bryansports.com. And this has been a production of BMU Video. This broadcast is copyrighted by BMU and the Board of Public Affairs for the private use of our audience. Any duplication or other use of this broadcast, including ascriptions or accounts of the game, without BMU's consent is prohibited.
Well, that's it from here at Bryan High School. Have a great night, everybody. Bryan wins 14-7 for Chris Malinga and our entire BMU crew. This is Thad Goff saying so long from the Golden Bears Sports Network.
She's a good girl, loves her mama, loves Jesus in America too. She's a good girl, is crazy about Elvis, loves horses and her boyfriend too. And it's a long day living in Reseda. There's a freeway running through the yard, and I'm a bad boy, 'cause I don't even miss her. I'm a bad boy for breaking her heart. And I'm free, free falling. Yeah, I'm free, free falling. And all the vampires walking through the valley move west down Ventura Boulevard, and all the bad boys are standing in the shadows, and the good girls are home with broken hearts. I'm